County Wildcat fans, Big Oldies Radio, Wayne County football right here on Big Oldies Radio. We're bringing it to you tonight from McNairy Central High School in Selmer, Tennessee, where tonight the 1-1 Wayne County Wildcats are on the road for a very strict test tonight against the McNairy Central High School Bobcats. Bobcats 0-2 so far on the season, but they're a very good football team, so we should see a great game here tonight. We're going to bring you all the action right here on Big Oldies Radio. This is Wayne County football on Big Oldies. Ball on Big Oldies Radio. My name's Jacob Kitchens. I'm sitting right here alongside Barry Miller, coming to you from the press box at McNairy Central High School in Selmer, Tennessee. Tonight, your 1-1 Wayne County Wildcats are going on the road, taking on a very tough test against McNairy Central Bobcats. And Barry, don't let that 0-2 record fool you. This is a good football team.
Yeah, when you sit there and you look at stats of this team, especially in the previous weeks, and I know you're going to get into that a little bit here tonight. 0-2 doesn't speak justice for this team we're going to see tonight. And I mean, it's a 3A school. This is a big school with a lot of talent on it, and this is going to be a good test for the Cats tonight.
But the beautiful thing about this game is that it doesn't matter how many A's you have in front of your school or behind your school. You still got to put it in between those lines on the field, and you got to go out there and play it and prove it.
Right, and a lot of times, when you're playing a bigger school, the bigger school kind of takes it a little easy, and then the smaller school kind of wants to prove themselves. So it's kind of like, that old saying, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. And the Cats are certainly going to bring it tonight.
We hope so. Coming off of a disappointing loss last week, we looked to rebound and get back in the win column tonight for Wayne County. We're looking forward to a great football game tonight. We're going to bring you all the action right here. Stay with us. This is Wayne County football on Big Oldies Radio. Again, coming to you tonight from McNairy Central High School, where your 1-1 Wildcats are going to be taking on the 0-2 Bobcats tonight. Barry, I know you had a chance to talk with Coach before the game. You got some keys to the game for us tonight.
Yeah, down there on the field pregame, while the guys are out there kind of getting their workout in, talking to Coach Lance. Here's 3 lists of victories. Coach Lance's list of victories. Number 1 is going to be hem them up. This team has a lot of speed, this Bobcat team. So you got to keep them inside. Can't let them get to the edge right there on the outside of that speed will kill you. Number 2 is don't sit back and wait. Go get it. You don't have a lot of time to sit there and read when you're facing speed. You just got to go, get it with a little chip on your shoulder and go hit somebody. So number 2 right there. And then number 3, you know what we're going to do on offense. We're going to run the ball and control the clock. Team had over, Bobcats had over 400 yards of offense last week. You want to keep that on the sidelines as much as you can. So there you go right there, man.
Absolutely. When you're playing a high-powered offense like that, keep them off the field. That's the key. And, it's going to take sustained drives tonight to be able to do that. And, if the Wildcats can control the line of scrimmage and get the run game going, I feel like we got a good chance tonight.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, every game's won or lost right there in the trenches of the offensive and defensive line. So whoever can win that battle can pretty much, give you the victory or the loss, whoever, wins it. So big test tonight, but that's good. You want to see where you measure up, especially with some region games coming up here in the future. It's nice to know where you stand. And, hey, who knows? You come out here and hit these guys in the mouth and get a big win up here against a big school. You never know what that might do to your season.
Absolutely. And, we're settling in. We're now 3 games. This is our 3rd game of the season. Really the 4th game if you want to count the scrimmages and everything. So we're settling into the season. We're fixing to really find out exactly what this team's made of. And tonight should be a pretty good litmus test for that. And like you talk about, we're getting ready to get into regional play, and that's where you really want to make sure you're cleaned up and ready to go.
Yeah, even though these do count on your record, they're kind of like preseason games, almost, where you're going to have trouble with first couple of games, and this is where you clean it up. But yeah, tonight's it's gonna be a good challenge. But hey, good challenges are great. I mean, they just build you. Sometimes you gain more from the losses against tough teams than you do from the wins against blowout opponents, where you can blow them out. So.
Yeah, you don't want to play every game against those guys that you're just going to beat up on. You got to have some challenges, and that's how you grow and develop in character, both in life and athletics. And so that's what we're going to be seeing here tonight. We'll take a look and see what we have, and we're looking forward to bringing you a great game. Stay right here with us. This is Wayne County Football on Big Oldies Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand and remove your hats? Focus your attention on the beautiful red, white, and blue stars and stripes of the American flag at the south end of the field as we honor America in playing the national anthem. Thank you to Mr. Foray and the McNairy Central Bobcat Band for a beautiful rendition of the national anthem. Tonight's contest, once again, going to be featuring the guest team on the board. They are the Wayne County Wildcats, taking on your McNairy Central Bobcats. Just a reminder, smoking is prohibited here at McNairy Central High School. You must go. the concession stand underneath the bleachers, sponsored
On Big Oldies Radio, coming to you tonight from McNairy Central High School in Somer, Tennessee, where tonight your Wayne County Wildcats are on the road to take on the McNairy Central Bobcats. It is homecoming week for the Bobcats, and so we've been here tonight observing the homecoming festivities here pregame, and now the captains have come onto the field and are getting ready to go out for the coin toss. Your captains tonight for McNairy Central going to be number 7, Bryson Marshall, number 14, Caleb Reed, and number 45, that's Jaden Cruz, are the captains tonight for McNairy Central Bobcats. Over on the far side of the field for the Wildcats, looks like number 23, that's going to be Brayson Harris. I can't even see the other numbers. 88, that is going to be Briar Hampton. 23 I've already called, John. 15 is Peyton Griggs. And it looks like number 32, 32, David Ullman, captains tonight for Wayne County. Looking forward to a good contest here tonight, as we talked about pregame. The Wildcats 1-1 on the season, a very disappointing loss last Friday night in Summertown, where we kind of felt like the Wildcats had a good handle on the game, really took control early, and did a pretty good job. But then the second half woes for 2 weeks in a row have gotten with us there, and now we need to get the second half going. And you can score points in the first half, and your defense can play in the second half. But when you get out here in the second half of action, you've got to score points, and you cannot rely completely on your defense to keep it going. So we're getting ready to see some football here tonight. Captain's about to go out onto the field, and we're getting ready to bring you the pregame conversation with Coach Willis. Barry Miller's down on the field with Coach Willis right now. It's time for the pregame talk with the coach, sponsored by Barnett Insurance at 102 Public Square West in Waynesboro. Call Vic Barnett or Tony Bowling at 931-722-3031. We're going to send it down to Barry Miller, who's with Coach Willis.
Hey, here we are with head coach of Wayne County High School football Wildcats, Coach Willis. What are we expecting tonight from McNairy Central?
Well, they're going to try to spread us out. They got some good skilled guys that they try to get in space. They do a really good job of that. We got to be, disciplined on defense and make sure we keep them hemmed up, because they like to reverse field a lot too.
All right, and Wildcats had a good week of practice. What do we expect tonight from our Cats?
Well, we got to, take care of what we didn't take care of last week. We got to finish drives. We got to take care of the opportunities that we missed last week. So we got to play a good, complete team football game.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Appreciate it.
Our pregame interview with the coach has been brought to you by Barnett Insurance at 102 Public Square West in Waynesboro, or call Vic Barnett or Tony Bowling at 931-722-3031. We're about 4 minutes away from kickoff here at McNairy Central High School. We're going to be bringing you all that action right here. Stay with us. This is Wayne County Football on Big Oldies Radio. Coming to you tonight from McNairy Central High School, where your Wildcats are going to be on the road against the McNairy
Bobcats
Central
will
Bobcats.
be receiving.
Bobcats win the toss. They're going to elect to receive the opening kickoff. Wildcats are going to be playing defense, going left to right on your radio dial. Wildcats tonight in their road uniforms, white jerseys, white pants, black helmets with the gold Cats inscription on the side of the helmet. McNairy Central in all blue tonight, blue tops, blue bottoms, blue helmets with gold numbers and the Bobcat paw on the side of the helmet. We're about 3 minutes away from kickoff, Barry, and it sounds to me like just talking to Coach Willis before the game, that a little bit of optimism tonight about what we might be able to get done.
Yeah, it feels pretty good. Had a good week of practice, so looking forward to tonight.
So we're looking forward to a great night of action. Of course, we're keeping up with what McNairy Central's been doing. You know, we looked at them last week. They ran and put up about 400 yards of total offense, and that was in a loss. I mean, they're 0-2 on the season, but that doesn't mean that they've been playing bad football. They've just been playing against somebody who's playing a little bit better than them.
Well, that, and they could have had some mistakes in the red zone. You know, just little things like that. You never know.
And they do have some fantastic athletes. We talked about it before the game starts. You know, pregame, we talked about their speed. They've got a great quarterback, sophomore quarterback who's got a lot of speed, and he's not afraid to throw the ball either. You know, they're about 50-50 as far as their stats are concerned, passing the ball and running the ball. So you can't really key in if you're on defense one way or the other. You got to play good, disciplined ball tonight.
Oh, you definitely do. And we were looking at it before. Man, this team's got a ton of sophomore and freshman players, and they play a lot. So not only are you facing a good team tonight, but you're facing a team that's probably going to be good for the next couple of years.
Yeah, this is a very young football team, and they're going to be good. And like you said, they've got a good couple of years ahead of them with the number of underclassmen that they have out there on that field. So, again, McNairy Central won the toss. They're going to elect to receive the opening kickoff. Cats are going to be kicking it away to the Bobcats, back deep to receive. For McNairy Central is number 4, Jadarius Gaines.
Oh, we got a flag.
And number 10 is Jordan Campbell. Well, you have a flag on the play.
On who?
Delay a game on the beginning of the game. What in the world is going on here?
This is a first.
Oh, McNairy Central brought too many players on the field.
Hey.
And so lined up with too many guys on the field, they're going to call that a delay of the game at the start. So that's going to mark 5 yards off against McNairy Central, and Wayne County will be kicking off from the 45-yard line, and that's where Casey Hunt is going to put his foot into the ball. So now they're getting ready to get lined up there at the 45, resetting the line of scrimmage, and we're ready to play a little football here as soon as they get the ball on the tee. A good night for it, too. Hopefully the weather stays away, and we're expecting a little bit of rain tonight, but as long as we don't get any kind of lightning delay, we should be in good shape.
The good thing about football is you're kind of playing everything but lightning, so let's hope that misses us. But I know, I'm speaking for everybody, we could probably use a little rain.
Oh, absolutely.
And that might slow them down a little bit.
Yeah, speed doesn't do too well. And now an onside kick here.
Nice.
We got a loose ball, and it's going to be oh gosh, it's still loose. And now we got a scrum here. I believe it's going to be McNairy Central coming up with it as number 2, Casey Stone, follows on the ball, and it is going to be McNairy Central football, first and 10 at the 33. But we do have a flag down.
Yeah, the flag came out after the play, so you know it's going to be a personal foul. But what an onside kick there. If one of our guys doesn't kick that ball, I think we recover it.
Absolutely.
Somebody kicked it.
And Wayne County trying to catch them off guard and get them off surprise there. They were still kind of huddled up there when Hunt put his foot into the ball, and you saw a couple of McNairy Central guys with their hands on their hips. They were still waiting for him to get in formation, and it just about worked.
Oh, it is against the Bobcats. That's personal foul.
So we got a personal foul penalty called against the Bobcats. That's going to back them all the way up inside the 20-yard line and take it down to the 17. So McNairy Central is going to start first and 10 at their own 17-yard line, going right to left on your radio dial.
Yeah, man, if you can onside kick it every time and the other team, get the ball at their own 20 to start, that's not a bad setup right there. I've seen some high school games where you try to kick it deep and you don't get them backed up inside the 20.
15-yard
So
personal foul penalty.
Wildcats in a pretty tight formation here defensively. It looks like a 3-4 formation. We got receivers split out wide all over the field, 1 left, 3 to the right. Quarterback King is in the shotgun formation with 1 running back to his right, and he's going to take the snap. He's going to hand the ball off to that running back. He's going to try to get to the outside, and is buried by a host of Wildcats right there at the line of scrimmage. No game, Barry.
Talking about a host, the whole defensive line got over there and get him. Gaines is one of those elusive backs. If he gets room, he's hard to bring down. The Cats just swallowed him up there for a loss.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a freshman running back out there starting on a varsity football team. So, he's going to be a slippery athlete. Second down and 10 now for the Bobcats. Two receivers split wide to either side of the formation. Gains to the right of the quarterback in the shotgun. He takes a snap. He looks to his right, and he throws it to the slot receiver. That's Jordarian Campbell making the reception. He's going to take it to about the 22-yard line, about a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, and Campbell also a sophomore, with a lot of speed. Pretty good game for McNairy Central, but that first down with the stop the Cats had, now you got him in a 3rd and long right here.
Yeah, 3rd down and 5, maybe a long 5 before McNairy Central. They need to get the ball down to the 27-yard line to convert. So 3rd and 5 for McNairy Central. This time running back to the left of the quarterback, King, in the shotgun. He's barking at the signals, brings a man in motion. He fakes it to him. It's going to be a quarterback keeper all the way, and he's going to get to the outside. It looks like he's going to pick up just enough to get across the chains.
Yeah, one guy to beat there made a move. I think it was on Case Butler there. Nice shifty move. He's got some speed also, and he got enough to get past that chain mark for a first down.
Yeah. I don't know. They're marking him short. It looked to me like he crossed over the mark to gain, but they're going to mark him a yard short of the line, Barry.
I thought he got it easy.
I did too. So maybe he must have stepped out prior to, and now McNairy Central going to take a timeout, facing 4th and 1 inside their own 30-yard line. This is going to be a critical call right here early in the football game, Barry.
Yeah, I think they're going to go for it. It was homecoming tonight, and with the weather issues, they did it before the game. So you got homecoming, a lot of people here. Guys are kind of antsied up a little bit. I go for it if I'm them. And I hope they do go for it when we stop them.
Well, absolutely. I mean, a stop here early for Wayne County. Of course, you see McNairy Central's coach out there. He's all the way almost to midfield barking at the official about that spot. And, to be honest with you, Barry, I think he's got a little bit of a gripe because it looked to me like from up here it looked like he got the first down, but we're on the far side of the field. So,
the only thing I'm thinking is whoever is holding the chains down there either walked 5 yards, towards the first down marker and dropped it as the play was getting over there.
Maybe.
I don't know because it sure looked like he crossed that by a good yard and a half, and then went out of bounds.
It did, but they're marking him a yard short. Interesting situation right here at the beginning of the game,
and usually when you cross the river, you don't get those calls, but we'll take it.
That's true. That is true. So if you take a look at the replay we're looking at here, it looks pretty clear to me. When he went out of bounds, he was passing in front of the sticks. But they're still going to mark him down a yard short. So it's going to be 4th and 1 for the Bobcats. Big opportunity for the Wildcat defense here early in this contest. 10:32 to go in the first quarter, no score.
They're punting.
And they are going to line up to punt the ball away. Yeah, I don't know that you can go for it this early in the game, backed up that far in your own territory, Barry.
Well, it shows some respect that they have for this defense already.
Absolutely. So back in punt formation for McNairy Central. Cannot see the number. He puts a foot into the ball. It's going to be a spiral. It's going to drop down right at midfield, take a McNairy County roll, and it's going to roll dead down at about the 37-yard line. That's where the Cats are going to take over 1st and 10 as the Wildcats are going to begin their first possession here of the contest. Great defensive stand there for the Cats early.
Yeah, great defensive stand. I think that's number 2 Stone for the Bobcats that kicked that ball. His lower body looks like he could probably pump one pretty far.
Yeah,
strong-looking kid.
And he got a good foot into it there. Just from where we're standing up here and the way he was positioned, I couldn't quite catch that number beforehand. Cats come to the line of scrimmage. Case Butler's going to start under center tonight with split backs behind him. 2 receivers split out wide to the right, and he's going to ride the fullback, Malachi Moore, right ahead. He's going to power ahead for about a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, what a run right there by Moore. He's just a tough back there. Hard to bring him down. Good football player altogether. Player of the week last week.
Absolutely. And this is going to be one of those opportunities where if you're offense for the Cats, you're playing against a fast team, so what's the best way to attack speed on defense? Go right at them.
Yeah.
Just go power football and go right towards them as fast as they can. Mason Moore, I'm sorry, I apologize, fans. Called the wrong name there. Now Caden Castleman on the handoff, and he's going to power ahead for about a 3-yard gain as he gets it down to the 44-yard line. Cats need the 47 for a first down. They're going to mark him at the 47.
I tell you what, we'll just make it easy. We'll give him his nickname, Eminem.
Eminem, that sounds good to me.
We'll call him Eminem.
Eminem. Yeah. Might want to check with him and his parents before we do that. Is he plain or is he peanut? I'm not sure. Cats come to the line of scrimmage. You got Daniel Pike spread out wide to the right. Dalen Van Fleet out right to the right. Handoff goes to Moore up the middle, and he's going to be stacked up after a very short gain. He's going to get to the 45, but it's going to be short of the line.
Yeah, two good plays right there. You kind of had a third and about 4, and not much happening there. Maybe 2 on the play. Now Coach Willis got a big play.
There's a big decision to make here if you're Coach Willis at this point. And I don't know, Barry. This is, better field position for the Cats than what the Bobcats had. I can't help but think that, you're on the road. You got to go for it early.
I was thinking that too. You're the underdog. What have you got to lose?
Butler goes under center. You got the split backs behind him. He's going to hand it to Castleman up the middle, and he's going to power ahead. Looks to me like he's going to get the first down, but we got a false start on the far side of the field. So the play for naught as the false start's going to back the Cats up 5 yards, and I believe that's going to change the situation a little bit.
That's hard to say. It'll probably make the play call a lot easier.
But now the Cats offense looks like they're staying out there at the moment, Barry. Here we go. We got the punting unit come on to the field now for the Cats as Hunt is going to line up in the punt formation and kick the ball away. Looks like number 2, Case Stone, is going to be back deep to receive the punt for McNairy Central. No score here early in the contest. Hunt gets the snap. He puts the foot to it, and a great kick by Casey Hunt. He just blasts it past the returner, gets a good Wayne County roll. He picks it up on the bounce, and now Stone looking for some blockers. He's got a few, and he's slippery. Look at this. He's breaking tackles, and now he's going to get wrapped up and brought down by Case Butler as he gets the ball back out to about the 28-yard line. That's a really good play to make something out of nothing.
Yeah, great play by him, but what a punt. I mean, the Hoppy guy kind of out-punted his coverage.
Yeah, he absolutely did.
So Stone there had a lot of room to work and almost got back to the 30, but still good job of the Cats there and Hunt flipping the field.
Absolutely. McNairy Central going to take off for their second possession of the game. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bobcats at their own 28-yard line. McNairy Central in the huddle, and now they're going to break the huddle. They're going to bring 2 receivers split out wide to the left-hand side, 1 receiver split wide to the right. Running back in the backfield to the left of the quarterback, King. Marks out the signals. He takes the snap, and he's going to hand an underneath handoff to number 10, Campbell. He gets a break, and he's going to be, oh, my goodness, look at that speed. He is going to be gone. I don't believe there's anybody going to catch him unless they got a rocket on their back. And Campbell is going to take it one play. He's going to go 72 yards for the Bobcats' opening touchdown of the game.
Yeah, the sophomore Campbell, you give him a little bit of room. You just saw what happened. You can't catch him out there when he gets open with a lot of green in front of him, and that's what we just saw there.
Well, and you can take a look at that play right there, Barry, and it's very obvious that McNairy Central's coaches watched film this week because that was a play that they took just about right out of Summertown's playbook. They showed all the motion to the left, handed the ball underneath, let him go right behind it, and he got an opening. He was just gone.
He was dead. Well, we got to stop play here. Yeah, he's gone. That's some of the speed they got. They got about 2 other guys that can do that.
Absolutely. So now as McNairy Central lines up for the extra point, we have a flag on the field. We'll take a look and see what this is. Probably a procedure penalty, illegal substitution by McNairy County. That's going to back them up 5 yards. So they'll be kicking the ball.
It'll be a 5-yard
instead of kicking it from the 10, they'll be kicking it from the 15.
Yeah, watching him warm up, he was hitting 45-yarders like it was nothing. Lefty.
Left-handed kicker, Barry, or left-footed kicker, I guess I should say. And King takes the snap. Bad snap, and it's going to be a busted play here as the holder not quite able to get a hold of it. Now he's trying to get into the end zone, and finally the Cats all rally around him and get him down. A nice gang tackle there to prevent him from getting into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So first score of the game for the Bobcats, take an early 6-0 lead on a big run.
Yeah, big run. What the Cats were, trying not to do. They did keep it inside, but, this team is just, they're going to give the ball tonight to guys that when they get out in open space, you're not going to catch them. That's just the type of speed they have, and in football, speed kills.
Absolutely.
Hey, they muffed that extra point there. Bad snap, couldn't handle it. So that's the one positive I guess you could take out of it is come down here and score and go for 2 and get the lead.
Yeah, absolutely. We got an opportunity here, so we'll take a look and see if the Wildcats offense is able to answer the score by McNairy Central as teams line up now on the field to kick the ball away. Cats to receive the ball. Van Fleet and Pike back deep to receive the kick for the Wildcats. And the kicker for McNairy Central is number 23,
Number 23,
Envil Valenzuela.
Valenzuela to
kick
kick
the ball
off
away.
for the Bobcats.
Can't help but wonder they're probably going to be trying to kick it away from Daniel Pike. Daniel's gotten his hands on the ball the first couple of games, and if it weren't for a couple of procedure penalties, would have a couple of touchdowns.
Yeah, special teams has looked really good this year so far. That's been one of the strong suits of this team.
Absolutely. So Valenzuela to kick the ball away. He's going to kick it along the ground, bounces off one of the up men, and they tried to catch the Wildcats off guard there, see if they could steal a possession. Thankfully, our guy there jumped on the ball as the ball was recovered there by Wyatt Morris. Great heads-up play by him to get the ball back.
Yeah, thank goodness that ball didn't kick off real far. It kind of just stopped when it checked out.
Wildcats will have possession of the football. It'll be first and 10.
Well, your up men right there at 50, they're taught as soon as the ball is kicked, they're supposed to retreat back and get set up and kind of set the wedge for the returner, and that's what he was trying to do. But thankfully, like you said, the ball just died. Two receivers split out wide to the left, Moore in the backfield. Butler fakes it to Moore. He's going to keep it himself up the middle. Good read there by Case, keeping it himself, and he's going to follow ahead for about a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, another great first down play by the Wildcats there, getting good positive yards, setting up your second and third down, and probably in this territory across the 54 down.
Absolutely.
So good play there by the offensive line, good read by Case.
Yeah, fantastic read by Case. It looked to me like he wanted to give the ball to Moore, but Moore had a blue jersey on his back, and so Case just pulled it and plowed ahead, got what he could get. Good 4-yard gain. You're going to bring up 2nd and 6. Butler in the shotgun. He's going to take the snap, and this time the handoff goes to Castleman, I believe. No, that's Moore again.
Moore again. Yeah, fooled me.
Yeah, Mason Moore again. He's going to follow ahead for a short gain, about 2 yards on that. Moves the ball down to the 46-yard line. Cats need the 42 to move the sticks. So it's going to be 3rd down and 4 to go for the Cats. And they come back to the line of scrimmage. Two receivers split out wide to the left, split backs behind Butler. Quarterback is going to go under center. He's got Castleman and Moore behind him. This time the handoff does go to Castleman, who's going to power ahead. He needed 4. He got 6 as he moved it down just inside the 41-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Cats.
Yeah, Castleman's so quick off the ball and explosive that Butler doesn't have a lot of time to read it. If he's going to give it there, almost looked like Castleman just was a rocket and said, give me the ball. Got the first down.
Well, I believe that play was going to go to Castleman all the way anyway, but they moved the ball down to the 40-yard line. So a 6-yard pickup for Castleman. Great play there on the 3rd down play and reset the sticks. Back in that same formation. This time the handoff, they faked the ball to Avery Vaughn. Butler keeps it himself, and he's going to plow ahead for about a 3-yard gain. They're going to move him down to the 37-yard line.
And there again, you don't have to get a lot. 3 yards every play will give you a first down in 4 plays. So
yeah,
just keep marching it.
3 yards in a cloud of dust. That's sometimes that's the best kind of football you can get.
Yeah.
We're coming up on 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter of action. Wayne County behind, McNairy Central scoring first. The 6-0 advantage here. Cats come to the line of scrimmage on the 2nd down play. Butler back in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers split wide to the right, 1 to the left. He fakes the ball to Moore. He's going to keep it himself, and he is brought down from behind by Heath Parsons, who I believe if he doesn't get a hold of Butler and drag him down there, he's going to keep running for a minute.
No, what a read there by Butler. It's the correct read. Had a lot of room. Just what a tackle there. Shoestring tackle, basically, for the Bobcats there. Like you said, there was a lot of room to run if he gets by that tackler.
Yeah, if Parsons doesn't bring him down, I believe he's going to get at least another 10 or 15 yards out of that play. But as it stands, they're going to mark him down at the 34-yard line. Cats need the 30. It's 3rd and 4 for the Cats. Pike split out wide to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Butler in the shotgun with Moore to his right. He hands the ball to Moore, who's powering ahead. He's hit right at the line to gain, and I believe he's going to be just short of the line, Barry.
I think you're right. It's going to be about a yard, maybe right inside of a yard. It's definitely going for it here on 4th down. The Cats will be. So, I don't know. Do you get the big quarterback push here and get it?
I don't know, Barry. I think I give it to Castleman at this point. Every time you handed the ball to Castleman, he's picked up 3 yards, 4 yards at least. So, they're going to go back into that split back formation. Moore and Castleman in the backfield, split behind Butler, and there's the handoff to Castleman, who's going to fall ahead, and he's going to pick up the first down as he moves it across the 30-yard line.
Yeah, good call right there. They like what they see on the left side of our line. It's kind of dominating them a little bit.
Yeah, our guys are getting a good push up front, and like we said earlier, this is not flashy football. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that people in the Big Ten territory love to watch right here. 3 yards in a cloud of dust, but all you have to do is move the sticks.
Yeah, and when you're facing a high-powered offense, they can't score if they're not on the field.
Yeah, and not only are the Cats moving the ball, but they're running the clock right now, and that's another great benefit. Butler in the shotgun with receiver split wide to either side of the field. He's going to look downfield. He's got Van Fleet right at the 25-yard line. He's going to fall ahead to around the 23 where he's going to be brought down, but that's going to be enough for a first down.
Well, Van Fleet does such a good job of finding the open area there on those routes. He just finds an area with nobody around him, kind of turns and settles down, catches it. Gets upended, but hangs on to it there. And big play, big first down for the Cats.
Yeah, McNairy Central brought 4 guys, but their back end was sitting in a zone defense, and Van Fleet just found that soft spot in the zone right there at the marker, and he turned and showed his numbers to Butler, and Butler hit him. He brought it down. Great play there. Now Butler in the shotgun. He's going to hand the ball to – no, he's going to keep it himself, faking it to Moore. He's going to fall ahead, maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. That time, McNairy Central really keyed in on Butler.
Yeah, McNairy Central, they kind of took away more, and they were ready for the quarterback keeping it too. As their defensive line did a good job. And Cats maybe got one right there.
1 yard credit to Butler there on that play, and now the substitution coming into the game for McNairy Central. And they're rotating that defensive line, especially on that left side. They're getting a little tired.
Yeah. Well, they've been out there for a minute now.
They have. Butler comes to the line of scrimmage. He's going to line up in the shotgun. He's got Castleman in front of him, Moore to his left. One receiver split wide to either side of the field. The handoff to Moore. Moore trying to get the edge, and he's hemmed in. Cuts it back up the middle, and he's going to fall inside the 15-yard line for a short gain. But it's going to bring up third down and about 6 for the Cats.
Yeah, third and long right here, but you got to tell yourself, hey, I got 2 plays to get this. So you don't have to get all of it right here on this third down. Maybe that takes a little bit of pressure off of you. One of the downsides of a fast offense is defense doesn't get to rest.
No, they do not.
And by the fourth quarter, a lot of times those defenses are gassed.
Yes, they are. We saw that last week on both sides of the ball. Cats come to the line of scrimmage. Butler is in the shotgun. He's got Moore to his right, 2 receivers in a bunch formation to his left. He fakes it to Moore. No, he gives it to Moore. Moore cutting back up the middle. He's going to get an opening. He's going to take it all the way into the house, and Mason Moore all the way to the end zone. Give him 6.
Yeah, we saw some north and south speed from McNairy Central. You just saw some east and west speed from Mason Moore. Mason the M&M Moore right there. What a cut.
Absolutely.
Wow.
That Wildcat touchdown was brought to you by People's Bank. Our name has said it all since 1890. So what a great answer by the Cats. Needed to march it down the field and put it in the end zone, and the Cats did just that. Milked 4 minutes off the clock and go in for the tying touchdown. Now Butler for the 2-point conversion goes under center. Back split behind him. He's got 2 tight ends. He hands the ball off to Castleman. Castleman trying to power ahead, but he got hit right at the 1 yard line and just got driven back. No chance.
Yeah, no chance there. And well, you'd love it if you could kick extra points because in a situation like this, you'd love to have that lead there with a little chip shot, PAT, but that's not the case, and we just couldn't make that conversion.
So with 2:01 to go here in the first quarter of action, we got a tie ball game, 6-6. Barry, what are you thinking so far?
Well, Cats are here. They're here to play, and the offense looks good. The offensive line looks really good. I have no doubt in my mind that we can score on this bunch. The thing is they're probably going to score a little bit too, so it might be one of those things where whoever has the ball last wins.
Yeah. Defensively, I think we need to see a little bit more gap discipline by the Cats. And it's hard to do that when you're playing against a speedy team and they've got guys running all over the field because you want to chase everybody and not let them get ahead of you. But that guy hits the hole, it's hard.
Yeah, you got to kind of be in charge of what you're in charge of and just depend on your teammates, to do their part. Because, if you got outside linebackers kind of getting sucked in, you're going to get destroyed on the outside. If you got inside linebackers, trying to work their way out, vice versa, everybody's just got to do their assignment. You got to depend on the guy next to you that he's going to do his.
Hunt tees the ball up at the 40. He's now back in the huddle talking to his team. And the officials blow the whistle, and now the Cats are going to spread the field. It looks like Hunt's going to kick the ball deep, back deep to receive for the Bobcats. Number 2, Case Stone. Number 10, Jadarian Campbell. And Hunt approaches, and he puts a foot into the ball. He's going to kick a high, short spinner. It's going to be fielded at the 30-yard line by an upback. He's going to bring it back down inside to the 35, down to about the 36, and he's going to be brought down as he's driven back, and they're going to stop the play there. The ball does come loose, but they had already blown the whistle to stop his forward motion. So Bobcats are going to take over, 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Yeah, not a bad play right there. Nice pooch kick. He about dropped it. It almost looked like he muffed it a little bit, but he hung on to it, but no damage done right there. Cats were ready for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't believe we're going to see them kick deep to either one of those two guys tonight. You definitely don't want those guys to have the ball in their hands with open space.
No.
So the Bobcats come to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line. King in the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers split wide to the right, 1 to the left, 1 to the right. This time the handoff goes to the running back over the left-hand side, and he's brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Moore on the tackle there, along with, is that 23?
Tackle for a loss on the play.
It's Bryson Harris in there on the tackle. So great job there by Harris and Moore, staying at home, reading their keys, and getting in there making the play.
Yeah, I mean, tackling for a loss, too, kind of. No hanging our heads low right here. We're coming out ready to go.
Absolutely. So 2nd down and 11 as they do mark him back for a 1-yard loss. King in the shotgun. He's got gains to his right, 2 receivers split wide to either side of the field. He drops back. He looks to the right. He throws it out there and almost picked off as the ball just bounces off of Van Fleet's shoulder pads. He had a shot, and he couldn't quite corral it.
And the one guy, if you told me, hey, he's got a chance to pick it, Van Fleet, that's a sure thing right there. He'd love to have that one back. As you could tell out there, he's kind of, disappointed in himself. But still, great play. Now you got 3rd and real long here.
Yeah, King wanted to get it to his slot receiver, Campbell, out there in the slot, and he just overthrew him a little bit. And I think it kind of caught Dalen off guard. He was coming in looking to make a play on the receiver, and then all of a sudden he realized, wait a minute, the ball's coming at me, and before he could settle himself, it bounces off his shoulder pad. So King now in the shotgun, 3rd and long. He's going to send a man in motion. He's going to keep it himself over the right-hand side, and a great job by the Cats as Case Butler comes up and makes a play for a 1-yard loss.
Play before, the earlier series, quarterback kind of put a move on Butler. Not this time. Case said, no, you're not getting around me this time. It's going to cause, a 4th and 12? I'm probably going to see a punt here.
Yeah, the punt team coming on the field as Case Stone is going to line up in punt formation for the Bobcats. Van Fleet falls back deep to about the 30-yard line where he's going to receive the kick. And so great defensive stand there by the Cats. The Cats have played sound defense tonight, all with the exception of the one play. Stone puts his foot into the ball. He gets a nice end-over-end kick. He's going to be dropped. Van Fleet lets it go, and it takes a Bobcat bounce and goes all the way inside the 15-yard line. They're going to mark it down there. One of the Bobcats picked it up and took off with it. He thought that it hit Van Fleet, but the officials are marking it down there where he picked it up. This will be 1st and 10 for the Cats at their own 13.
Boy, yeah, Coach Willis is like, man, you got to catch that, do something. You can't let that roll like it did. It's talking about flipping the field. They've got us back deep in our own territory here.
Yeah, the decision not to field the ball there cost you about 13 yards.
Yeah.
We got 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter of action. We're all tied up 6-6 as the Cats come out for their next possession here. And you would love to see, if you're a Wildcat fan right now, you'd love to see another series just like what we just saw. March it down the field, burn the clock.
Yeah, and inside the 15, I mean, you could almost eat up the whole second quarter.
Absolutely. Butler in the shotgun. He's got Moore to his right. He fakes the ball to Moore. He's going to keep it himself over the right-hand side. He's going to fall ahead to the 20. He's going to be brought down there, and that should take us to the end of the first quarter. So a nice play there on 1st down. Moves it about 6 yards up the field. When we come back for the start of the second quarter, it'll be 2nd down and 3 for the Wildcats. We're all tied up 6-6 here at the end of one. We bring you second quarter action right here. Stay with us. This is Wayne County Football on Big Oldies Radio. Oldies Radio. We're here at McNairy Central High School, where tonight, as we start the second quarter, it is Wayne County 6, McNairy Central 6, and Wayne County has the ball on offense. First down play, picked up about 7 yards by a good run by Case Butler. So now the Cats are going to start the second quarter of action in a tie ball game, second down and 3 at their own 20-yard line. Barry, we've seen some good football out of the Cats so far in the first quarter.
Yeah, seen some really good defense there. The one play, and you face a team with speed, that just happens. But besides that, everything has been really, really good for the Cats. Offensively, have looked pretty sharp too.
Yeah. Butler in the shotgun. He's got more to his right. Two receivers split wide to the left. He's going to hand the ball. Oh, he's going to keep it himself. Butler fakes it to more up the middle. He's going to roll it to the outside. He's going to pick up about 5 or actually closer to 7 or 8 yards. It's going to move the sticks, and it's going to be a first down for the Cats.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say first down yet till I knew for sure, because he only made that by a couple yards, and I thought, man, they might spot him short, but he definitely got enough for a first down.
Yeah, he got it down there. He needed the 23. He got the 26. So first and 10 at the. Well, actually, they're going to mark him at the 27-yard line. I apologize. That's a little difficult to see up here from the angle that we're at tonight. Butler in the shotgun. He takes the snap. He rolls to the right. He's got a defender right in his face, and he's throwing it out to the right-hand side, trying to get the ball to Van Fleet, and it's going to be incomplete as he's going to throw it just outside of his reach.
Yeah, Van Fleet there again, a little curl route, found a soft spot, but the problem was you had two defenders about 5 yards in front of him, and kind of hard to get the ball over them, and he's kind of under pressure too.
Yeah. So defensively, McNairy Central, whenever Case drops back to pass, I mean, they're bringing guys. They're bringing 4 or 5 guys every time, but then they're leaving that back into the defense in the zone. And so you got a good receiver who can find that soft spot. You can move the ball around a little bit.
Yep.
Second and 10 now for the Cats. Butler in the shotgun. He's going to fake the ball. He's got a defender in his face as he rolls left. And he's just going to try to throw the ball away to keep from getting pounded. He overthrows the receiver. It's going to be third down.
Yeah, you'd love to complete that pass there, but you don't want to give up the sack. So, you got nothing to lose there by putting it out there and hoping your guy can run under it and make a catch.
Absolutely. Brayson
got to block a little better there.
Absolutely. Brayson Harris on the intended receiver there. It's going to bring up third and 10 for the Cats. Cats have been running the ball effectively here the first quarter of action, now trying to open it up a little bit. Love to see them go back to the run game, but on third and 10, I believe you have to put the ball in the air this time. 3 receivers, 2 split wide to the right, 1 tight in the formation. Running back behind Butler, he fakes and rolls to the right. He's looking down the field, and he overthrows his receiver. It's going to bring up fourth down.
Yeah, nothing. He kind of threw it right between all 3 receivers, nothing there. And, tip your hat to the Bobcats on their coverage.
Yeah, fantastic defense there by the Bobcats. So it's going to bring up fourth and 10 for the Cats. Hunt's going to drop back into punt formation. 11:05 to go here in the second quarter in a tie ball game. Case Stone back deep to receive the kick for McNairy Central.
Well, I haven't seen the Cats throw 3 in a row early in the second quarter in a long time.
It's been a while. Hunt puts his foot into the ball, drives it high into the air, and it's going to get a Wayne County bounce as it's going to roll inside the 35, and it's going to come dead right at the 31-yard line, and that's where McNairy Central is going to take over. First and 10 at their own 31 here in a tie ball game in the second quarter of action.
Well, Hunt must have a special shoe. That ball always gives a good row. I've never seen one really, give the Cats a bad bounce.
No, Hunt does a really, really good job of kicking the ball on the back half of the ball and putting that top spin on it. And it's like you said, we've seen him kick now for 3 games, and not one time have we seen one check and back up. They're always rolling forward.
He did the same thing last year. He just was wonderful.
Please turn your lights off.
So Cats now defensively coming out in a 3-4 formation. Bobcats in a shotgun formation, 3 receivers out, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Running back to the left of the quarterback, and they're going to hand the ball off to the back. That's going to be Gaines, who's going to power ahead for a short gain, pick up about 3.
Yeah, Gaines picks up about 3. There's about 3 Cats got him. Hey, good job right there protecting the inside.
Absolutely. So second down now for the Bobcats.
34.
I think Braylon Martin right there with the initial hit and tackle.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to be able to tell who's making these tackles. So many times we're getting gang tackling by the Cats, and that's a good problem to have. King in the shotgun with Gaines to his left. He's going to hand it again to Gaines over the right-hand side. This time he's going to get to the outside. He's trying to break loose, and he's drugged down and taken out of bounds by one of the Cats there. But he's going to move ahead, and he's going to get a first down.
Yeah, Ullman there with the tackle. Grabbed a leg and just hung on. Thank goodness, because it looked like Gaines had some room there to really do something.
Yeah, if Gaines gets loose right there, he's got the whole sideline in front of him, and I don't know that anybody's going to be able to catch him. So Ullman did a great job there holding on for dear life and just bringing him down and driving him out of bounds. So 1st and 10 for the Bobcats, ball at the 43-yard line. King brings his team to the line of scrimmage. He's got 2 stacked to the left, 1 to the right, running back to his right as he's in the shotgun. He takes the snap. He's going to drop back to pass. Got a pass rush coming in by the Cats' defensive line, and he breaks loose to the left-hand side and just breaks contain. Nobody on the back end to help him. Now he's going to get a big gain down the field.
Well, he's just quick right there, and he rolls out, has the whole left side of the field to play with. And Moore, what a great athlete Moore is. And he put a move on him.
Oh, absolutely. But that's what happens when you got to play when you're playing man-to-man defense on the back end. Your defenders, your secondary, they're locked in on their receivers, and the quarterback gets all that green in front of him. He just tucks it and goes. And he had 2 Wildcat defenders in his face in the pocket. Great decision to break loose. He's going to move it deep into Wildcat territory as he's going to cross over to the 38, 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. Now King in the shotgun. He's going to take the snap and hand the ball to – no, he's going to keep it himself and toss it out on a screen pass to Campbell. Campbell breaks a couple tackles, and now he's getting loose on the outside. We got a block in the back there, and there's the flag. That play is going to come back because one of the Cats got blown up from behind.
It sure was a block in the back, and his teammates telling him about it too. Don't block there. Didn't really even need him to block.
No. Campbell was going to take that all the way. That was a really unnecessary block there, but he saw a defender and he hit him right in the middle of the back. And you know, that's 101. If you can see the back of the defender, you do not hit him. So blocking the back against the Bobcats is going to back him up from the spot of the foul. And so what would be a first down gain for the Bobcats is instead going to back them up, and they're going to mark them down at about the 32-yard line. So it's going to be
what, 1st and 3 or 4?
Yeah, they'll replay the first down. No, it's going to. Will they replay first down or should it go to second? Looks like they're going to second down. Okay, 1st and 4. The marker on the far side says second down, but it's still first down for the Bobcats. 1st and 4. Campbell to the right of the quarterback, and this time the handoff going to Campbell up the middle. Big hole, and he's going over the left-hand side. He gets drugged down right inside the 20-yard line. Roby Brown coming up making a great open field tackle, saving the touchdown.
Yeah, saved the touchdown there. I mean, Gaines isn't the biggest guy in the world, but, man, he's strong. He's hard to bring down. You really got to wrap up.
Yeah, 5'10", 170-pound running back, and he's got all the speed and shiftiness, but he's also a powerful runner. And he hit that hole without any hesitation at all whatsoever. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for McNairy Central. They're going to mark the ball just inside the 20-yard line. King brings his team to the line of scrimmage. He's got 2 receivers split out wide to the right, 1 to the left. He's barking out the signals. He takes the snap. He's going to hand the ball to Gaines, this time over the right-hand side. This time the Cats did a pretty good job. He falls ahead for about a 3-yard gain, but he's going to be tackled by a host of Cats.
Yeah, it shows you the kind of running game and offense they have when we say the Cats did a good job and gave up 3 yards.
But a good job there by Jaden Creasy.
Yeah.
Creasy got in there and made the good tackle. 2nd down and 6 for the Cats, or the Bobcats rather. I gotta be careful about that tonight, Barry. I can't just call them the Cats.
And hey, got Jordan Couillard coming up at halftime. Talked to his linebacker for WMS Wildcats.
Big win last night for middle school. So Gaines once again on the handoff to the right-hand side. He's going to fall ahead. Short gain over the right-hand side. He's going to move it down inside the 15 to about the 13, but he's going to bring up 3rd down and 4.
3rd and 4 here. Cats stand strong to, like I said, McNairy Central's got a kicker. It was kicking 45-yarders in the pregame. They'll probably roll him out there if it's.
I would think so. Yeah, when you got a specialist that can hit like that, you know, as long as he's got the accuracy, you can kick it all the way as far as you want to. But if you can't put it between the posts, it don't matter. So McNairy Central comes to the line, 3rd down and 4. They need the 9-yard line to convert and move the sticks. King in the shotgun. He's got Gaines to his right. And now we're going to get a timeout taken on the field. McNairy Central saw something they did not like defensively. They're from the Wildcats, so they're going to take their 2nd timeout of the half.
Yeah, they're going to think this one over here. this might be one of those 3 or 4 plays that determine a close ball game where you look back and say, you know, that timeout there might be a good call for them. They want to make sure everybody's on page. Might be looking at this play as the play of the half. So.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a critical play right here on this particular situation. 3rd and 4 in the red zone. If you're McNairy Central, you definitely want to call a play that you feel confident you're going to be able to convert and move the sticks. If you're the Wildcats defensively, you just want to, right now, if you're the coaches in the huddle over there, you're just telling your guys, stay at home, read your keys, and don't hesitate. Go get that ball carrier.
Yeah, well, you know, it's kind of a tough thing right there when you're telling a guy don't hesitate, but you definitely don't want to jump here either.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you just got to stay within yourself, do what you do, and, you know, hopefully we make a stop right here.
So here we go. Bobcats come back out to the line of scrimmage. Again, the ball marked down at the 13. They need the 9 to move the sticks. Wayne County in a tight defensive formation, jamming the receivers. We've got 2 receivers split out wide to the left, 1 to the right, 2 to the right rather, and Gaines in the backfield along with King. King throws the screen out to the slot receiver, Gamble. He makes a shifty move, and he's going to take it all the way to the house as Campbell now with 2 touchdowns on the game, 1 on the ground and 1 in the air.
Yeah, just kind of bad pass right there. He had to leave his feet to catch it, but when you got that kind of speed, you can kind of make up for mistakes here and there, and that's what he did. He did about 2 moves right there and got in the end zone. You can't really say he broke tackles. I don't think he may really touched it.
Well, you had a Wildcat defender was keyed in on him there and had him, but he just made a shifty move and kind of teleported about 6 feet to the left, and from there was nobody in his way. Extra point kick is up and good by Valenzuela. So now with 7:42 to go here in the second quarter, McNairy Central's back out in front, 13-6.
Yeah, think about being that quarterback, knowing, hey, if I throw it 3 feet over his head, he's going to go up and get it, and then he's going to make a couple plays for me and score. That's a nice play.
That's a nice problem to have if you're a quarterback.
Yeah.
And, good gracious.
Well, good thing is there's plenty of time to get down here and get a score. The way the Cats, you know, we've got to get back to kind of what we were doing there. Don't make mistakes where we have to throw the ball a lot. Let's just get back to that ground and pound here.
Absolutely. So Pike and Van Fleet back deep to receive the kickoff for the Cats. Valenzuela back deep on the kickoff. And he's going to kick the ball away. We're going to take a look and see. Now, hopefully, they don't try to pull the same thing they did last time and try to kick it off the up man. So Valenzuela puts the ball on the tee at the 40-yard line. He's backing up about 3 steps. This is very unconventional. He takes a short run at the ball to kick the ball away. Most guys want about a 10-step drop. And now the onside kick is fielded there. Oh, no, not fielded. It bounces off of a Wildcat receiver, and it's going to come loose there at the 35. McNairy Central believes that they have it, and they do, as there's the official signal. McNairy Central does what does it say about them, Barry, that all of a sudden they feel like they have to steal a possession?
Well, I mean, they go taking a little risk and a little gamble, but worked out for them, and why not? What have they got to lose? You know,
Absolutely.
0-2, kind of got a lot of momentum starting to shift their way right here. You get a score here, the momentum's really going your way. But
yeah, absolutely.
Good call by them.
Well, and you're going to put the Wildcat defense back on the field after they just gave up a touchdown there. They don't really get a chance to stop and regroup, even though most of these kids are playing both ways. I mean, it's not like they get a lot of a break on the field anyway.
Right.
So King in the shotgun, he's got a spread receiver formation on the field. He hands the ball to Gaines up the middle. No, he's going to fake.
Wow.
No, he doesn't fake it. And Gaines reverses his field back across to the right-hand side. Great job there by the Cats, bringing him up and stacking him up. A gang tackle right there at the 31-yard line. Pickup of about 4, but that could have been a whole lot worse.
He gave it to him. He just kind of disappeared for a couple seconds on that left side. Nobody really had him, but he got so low to the ground. And then just changed fields. Basically come over here, made something out of nothing because he was fixing to get tackled for a loss, it seemed.
And I tell you what, that quarterback, he faked the ball, and instead of, usually when you hand the ball off, you kind of roll away from the play. He ran up the field to try to hit somebody. I thought he still had the ball. King in the shotgun, he's going to hand the ball off to Gaines once again up the middle. He's rolling and bouncing away from tacklers, and he's going to get down to about the 26-yard line, but we got a flag coming in on the backside of the play.
And that's probably going to be on the defense the way it looked. We're going to face mask. Yeah.
Looks that way. So tack on an extra 15 yards onto that.
Well, when you got about six guys tackling someone and a flag kind of comes out with no blockers around, you pretty much figure that's defense.
They are going to say it's an incidental, though, so it's only going to be a 5-yard variety. They're going to move it down to the 22-yard line, but it's going to be enough to move the 6, and McNairy Central is going to have a first down. So 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. And King brings his team back out. He's got 2 receivers split wide to either side of the field. Gaines to his left as he's lined up in the shotgun formation. He takes a snap, hands the ball to Gaines over the right-hand side, and Gaines powers ahead for a short gain. He's going to get it down to about the 20-yard line where he's going to be brought down.
A good job there. Your guys on the edge, your defensive ends, outside linebacker, make Gaines stretch the play. The longer he has to stretch that out there, the longer it gives your guys time to come and help make the tackle, and that's exactly what you saw right there.
Absolutely. Jaden Creasy doing a great job right there. He read the play, and he just got out there and came up and made the hit. So a little short gain on the play. They're going to move him about a yard and a half up the field. It's going to be 2nd and 8 for the Bobcats. King takes a snap. He fakes the ball this time to Gaines over the left, and he runs ahead himself. And that's what happens when you get a guy that's a hot running back. All of a sudden the quarterback can keep it. He's got a lane.
Yeah, everybody's wanting to stop him because, you just keep hearing that. We got to stop this guy, got to stop this guy. And when you got that option, look at everybody goes for the running back. Quarterback just keeps it.
Yep. They're going to mark him right at the 10-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 10. So the Bobcats with the ball at the 10-yard line. Wildcats down 13-6. We're at 5:20 to go here in the first half of action. And the Wildcats need to step up and make a play here defensively, keep them out of the end zone, or forcing a turnover here would be fantastic. King takes the snap. He's going to hand the ball to Gaines over the left-hand side. He gets hit and breaks loose, and then thankfully we got another Wildcat defender right there. I believe that's Castleman coming in to clean him up there for no gain. So 2nd down now for the Bobcats.
I couldn't tell. It was Ullman, I think, that got the final tackle there. 32, maybe? I don't know.
I couldn't tell if it was 32 or 22, Barry. I'm like I said, where we're sitting up here.
Both of them are good defenders. So
absolutely. We'll give you, each one of them will get half credit.
That's
How
right.
about that?
You can't go wrong with either one of those.
Now it looks like that's still King out there. King in the shotgun. He's got running back to his right. This is a quarterback keeper right up the middle all the way. Now he's going to break and get out to the left-hand side, and he's going to reverse field again, coming back to the right and get drugged down from behind. That was Caden Castleman on that play. What a great job there, getting in the backfield and just staying with the quarterback and bringing him down from behind, I believe. Was that Castleman or was that Van Fleet?
That was 22 Castleman right there, but your play is from your defensive line or defensive ends right there. Great job of them just kind of getting the penetration there and stopping that from the get-go. And then when the quarterback tries to reverse field, your speedy guys come in and clean it up. Big play right there for the Cats. Big 3rd down for them now.
Absolutely. 3rd and long as they mark the ball all the way back at the 21-yard line. And it is 3rd and goal for McNairy Central. King in the shotgun. He takes a snap. He fakes to the running back. He's floating to the right. Now he's going to run. He's got room in front of him. And one of the Cats comes up. He makes a guy miss, but then there's another guy right there to clean him up. That's going to be 31 on the tackle there, brought down by Jackson Bryant. Great job by him staying at home and coming in and making that play. Be about a 5-yard gain on that, moves it down to the 15, but it's going to bring up 4th and goal.
Yeah, when you got a 3rd and goal from a long distance right there, you can kind of just set guys up close to the end zone. Nobody really open, and defensive line kind of getting some more penetration there. Quarterback takes off. Didn't really hurt you, though, with the 5 yards.
No. Now the ball set up on the right hash, and Valenzuela comes in, the left-footed kicker for the Bobcats, is going to attempt what looks to be about a 32-yard kick as they're going to mark the ball down. There's the snap. There's the kick. It's up, and it is good.
and that is good from 40.
Absolutely. He has that kid's got a leg. So, with 2:41 to go here in the first half of action, the Bobcats steal a possession, march it down the field. Wayne County bows up, keeps them out of the end zone, but gives up the field goal, and now a 10-point deficit.
Yeah, momentum, is really in the favor now. McNairy Central here. I don't think they're going to try anything crazy as far as the onside goes with the way our offense is. 2.5 minutes is not a long time for us because that kind of puts us out of our comfort zone with having to toss it around a little bit. Maybe we can get a really good return here as we did, last week and really all year. Kickoff returns have been good. Get a good return here. That way we don't have to really put it in the air and try to go down and score like that way.
Yeah, well, we'll take a look and see. I mean, I'm hard-pressed to believe that McNairy Central is going to kick it deep to Pike or Van Fleet. Even if they don't go the onside route, I think they'll still pooch it.
Or squib, maybe.
Or squib or something. Just try to get the ball down, if they can get it inside the 35. 2.5 minutes to go. Now, granted, Wayne County has all 3 timeouts, so we do have timeouts to play with. So we're not in a place where we just have to chunk the ball. We can still run it and stop the clock, but we'll take a look and see what we get here. Valenzuela kicks the ball away, and a short, low kick on the ground. Bobbled once again. Wayne County's special teams having a hard time tonight. It's like they put axle grease on the ball.
And the way the football's shaped, those bounces are wild, and that's what you're seeing is, man, thank goodness you had a guy back there almost like a safety position there because that's touchdown McNairy Central if nobody's back there for the Cats.
100%. So, thankfully, the ball gets behind the up back, but then Van Fleet falls on the ball. But to mark the ball down at the 21-yard line, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Cats. 2:35 to play, down 16-6. Cats do get the ball first to start the second half, so you do have an opportunity for a 2-for-1 here, but you got to make something happen. Butler keeps it off the fake. He's going to run ahead, and Butler's got room over the right-hand side. He gets it all the way down to about the 43-yard line. 22-yard gain there on first down for Butler. What a great run.
And we were needing a big play, and you got it right there. Man, that kind of opens up your offense a little bit because you do not want to give them the ball back with any time, really.
No.
I guess we were just thinking, hey, let's run and see what we can have. But a 22-yard gain, that's huge right there. That does open you up to try some things here.
Yeah, and you got a guy like Case Butler. I'll tell you what I do know about the kid. He's a natural leader, and he likes to compete.
Yep.
And, he gets the ball. Hey, I got the ball myself. Let's go make something happen. 2 receivers split wide to the left. This time the handoff over the left-hand side. And the running back stacked up in the backfield, brought down for about a 4-yard loss. That's Vaughn on the carry.
Yeah, that's Vaughn. Man, there's nothing there on that one.
No, absolutely not.
I don't even think, even if Case pulls that, I don't think there's anything there. So there's about 3 guys waiting for both of them there.
Cats are going to take their first time out of the half. So 2:16 to play here, facing 2nd and long here, but the Wildcats are going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. Wildcats have 2 timeouts remaining. According to the scoreboard, they say that McNairy Central still has 2 timeouts, but I could have sworn they used one earlier in the game. So, by my count, they should only have 1 left.
Yeah, I believe you're right. They did take one early in the first quarter, and then, of course, they took one right there before the big touchdown. They've got 1 left.
So, Barry, you and I are up here in the booth. We're not on the sideline as coaches, but I tell you what, put your coaching hat on right here. If you're an offensive coordinator, what do you do in this situation?
2nd and long like this, we're just not built for that. I think you run a little option play here where you got a couple different things you can look at. I don't necessarily think you want to put this up in the air because one thing is it's basically a timeout. If we don't catch it, the clock stops. And with an offense like this, you really don't want to give them a lot of time. And people say, well, 2 minutes is not a lot. That's an eternity for teams with speed.
Absolutely.
So,
we haven't, even though we haven't seen him do it a lot tonight, King can sling the football.
And this is why I don't coach.
But now we've got an empty formation as Moore goes in motion. Butler with time. He's looking deep downfield. He's looking for Pike, and the ball right off of his hands. Pike had the ball. He did have a defender on him, but he had an opportunity to catch that there. Not quite as bad as C.D. Lamb last night, but still a drop for the Cats.
Yeah, the defender kind of timed his jump just right, but I think it went completely through his arms, and then through our arms. So
Yeah.
boy, tough break. What a ball though. Nice ball, Butler.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's one right there. That one does kind of hurt a little bit. Pike catches that one. I'm not sure anybody's going to bring him down.
And I don't ask me my coaching opinion. Apparently, I'm
Third,
wrong.
third and long. Butler in the shotgun. He fakes the ball to the running back. He's going to keep it himself.
What a play.
And then who is that? Let's give him some props. 45. That's Jaden Cruz back there making a big play for the Bobcats, because not only did he blow up the running back on the fake, but then he got a hold of Butler and drug him to the ground.
Yes, Butler's sitting there, with a chance to give it. Running back gets blown up, and he grabs the quarterback at the same time and wow, what a play.
Yeah, fantastic play by Cruz. They're going to lose yardage and move the Cats back to the 36-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and about 16 as the Wildcats need to get the ball across the 50 down inside the 47.
And just to
clock is running.
Yeah, just to show you the confidence they have in their offense, McNairy Central, they're not calling a timeout.
No, absolutely.
Give us the ball with a minute to go.
Well, and the Wildcats just going to bleed the clock down as far as they can, and then take the timeout here with 1:17 to go, and that's the right play. You've got to put the ball on the other end of the field and let your defense go out there and play.
Yeah, you do. You're in a tough situation right here because you've got to keep things in front of you, but at the same time, you can't give them so much space because playmakers can make things happen in space.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're going to have to get some pressure to the quarterback here for sure if they come out throwing.
Yeah. So 1:17 to go here as the Wildcats take the second of their timeouts here. 16-6 the score. McNairy Central out in front here with 1:17 to go here in the second quarter. 4th and 17 for the Wildcats backed up at their own 36-yard line, and we expect to see the punt team come on the field for the Cats, as the Bobcats expect that as well. Stone coming out in lining up back deep to receive the punt. Hunt is in punt formation.
Well, let's see if
for the Wildcats.
See if Hunt can get one of these rolls and really pin them back. Well, you don't want to give up some good field position.
No, absolutely not. So now Hunt back in formation. He barks out, gets the snap, good kick away, and a good top spin there. Good punt. Ball is going to roll inside the 20 down to about the 14.
Don't touch it.
And that's where it's going to go dead at the 14-yard line. So 9 seconds comes off the clock there down to 1:06. 16-6 the score here. And McNairy Central, with one timeout to go here and just over a minute to play in the first half, is going to have 86 yards in front of them. So the Wildcats have an opportunity now to just get off the field, run out the clock, and let's get this thing to the half.
Yeah, and I've always wondered that. Why touch that? I mean, even if you act like you're going to touch it, let that official hold on to that whistle. A second or two is huge.
A couple of seconds makes a difference, absolutely.
I've never understood that. Clock's not your friend in that one.
No, Bobcats back deep. Jackson in the shotgun. He's got two receivers to the right, one to the left. He's going to hand the ball off to Gaines up the middle, and Gaines is going to roll ahead down to about the 23-yard line. Good gain there on first down.
Oh, man, and there's Mason Moore kind of hobbling off to the side. You thought they were going to go in a hurry. It almost looked like it. Now they're huddling back up.
No, I believe McNairy Central, they handed the ball off, and they thought maybe they could hit a big hitter, and I think they're going to be content just to take this thing to the half. Yeah. Moore on the sideline is hopefully he's just cramping up a little bit. King takes the snap. He's going to hand the ball to Gaines again over the right-hand side. Gaines is going to get the first down. That's going to stop the clock. It's going to run it down to about the 28-yard line. He's going to move the sticks. It's going to be 1st and 10 as they move the ball down to about the 28-yard line, about a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, not a lot of urgency. You're right. They're in no hurry right here.
Yeah, I believe
if something good happens, it happens.
Yeah,
that's the way they're looking at it.
Exactly. They're not. And this, you've got a young team. You don't want to take a chance on a young player making a mistake early here. And then you give the ball to Campbell, or Gaines rather, like that, and he breaks loose and gets it across the 40 down to the 43. He's going to get hit and popped and dropped. But that's a 13-yard gain on first down.
Now the timeout's called.
And now McNairy Central going to take a timeout with about 4.9 seconds to go here in the first half. One final timeout taken by McNairy Central, and I don't know, what do you do if you're the Cats? You got to play a deep prevent here. I mean, this is the last play of the quarter.
You got to prevent here, and then if you're McNairy, you take your three fastest guys, spread them out, and pick one, any, meeny, miny, mo, and just throw it as far as you can.
When you've got guys that are that fast, and you know that the defense is going to give that much space in front of you, you just get the ball in a playmaker's hands and see what he can do.
Yeah, I mean, if guys are really backing off, then maybe you throw that little quick route like they scored on the last touchdown.
Yeah, that little screen to Campbell maybe come back into play. Campbell with 2 touchdowns in the game for McNairy Central, 1 on the ground, 1 in the air. Now McNairy Central comes back out to the line of scrimmage. King is in the shotgun. Gaines is to his left. He's got 2 receivers split out wide to the left, 1 receiver split out wide to the right, an extra guy in to block on the tight end there. So expecting a pass rush. Cats about 20 yards off the field. He gives the ball to Gaines up the middle. Gaines is running hard and fast, and he gets hit. And then the horn goes off, and he just quit moving. It's like he didn't realize that he was going to get to keep running until he got taken to the ground. So a big play there as he moves the ball down to the 40-yard line, but that is going to take us to the end of the first half. So your score at halftime, McNairy Central 16, Wayne County 6. We'll be back with halftime stats right here. This is Wayne County Football on Big Oldies Radio.
All right, folks, we'd like to thank our halftime sponsors, American Forest Management, Land Management, Real Estate Services, Wildlife Management, Recreational Licenses, Timber Sales in Waynesboro. Call 931-722-3302 or visit them on their website, AmericanForestManagement.com. We've got the band coming out on the field for the McNairy Central, and then I don't know if our band showed up or not. But we'll show all the halftime festivities here in just a second. Stand by.
Here in Selmer is going to be sponsoring the footballs that are being thrown out here on the home side by the Bobcat football cheerleaders. Once again, a big shout out goes out to ABB. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now entering the field for your halftime
of 16-6. Your first half stats: Leading rusher for the Wildcats is Case Butler. He's carried the ball 8 times for 44 yards. He's followed by Mason Moore, who's carried the ball 6 times for 24 yards. Vaughn has touched the ball 1 time for a 4-yard loss, and Castleman with 3 carries for 10 yards on the evening. Moore also has 1 6-yard touchdown run, the only score of the game for the Cats. Butler is also 1 for 5 passing, 1 completion to Van Fleet for 12 yards, and Hunt has punted the ball away 3 times for the Cats. Leading the way for McNairy Central's Bobcats tonight is number 4, Jadarius Gaines. He's carried the ball 14 times for 73 yards in the first half, followed behind by quarterback Jackson King, who's carried the ball 6 times for 24 yards. And Jadarian Campbell, carried the ball 1 time, 72-yard touchdown run, big explosive play. He's also got a touchdown reception on the night, as King is 2 for 3 passing with 1 touchdown so far this evening. So your score here at the half, 16-6, Bobcats out in front of the Wildcats. Barry, what do we think, man?
Well, you take away the 172-yard touchdown, the big play.
Yeah.
And we've got a fight going on right here. And not to say the Cats still are not in this game. They're still in this game. They're doing a great job on defense. I think the one thing, though, that you can say to your guys, for Coach Willis, is the big plays is what will beat us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, make them put a drive together, because they seem to struggle doing that a little bit.
Well, they did. They put one drive together.
One drive.
But then the other score, like we said, a big explosive play, and then of course the field goal came off of a short field. You know, you're going to have that happen.
Right.
That was my fault, folks. That was the Wayne County High School band, and we got the McNairy County Central band coming out here right now. But we got an interview going on here in this booth with a player from the middle school, and we're going to show that and tie into him right now. They've already started the interview.
To their knee.
Yes, sir, it was. I mean, it was just unlucky, I guess.
Yeah, unlucky, but lucky at the same time,
Yes,
because
sir.
you only missed 1 week, right? We missed you for the Summertown game, which is the only loss for the Cats. But I'm here to tell you right now, if we get a chance to play them again and we've got you back there, it's going to be a different story. But how's the knee doing?
It feels great. I mean, I'm just blessed to, be able to get back on the field, play the sport I love.
Yeah, I saw you last night after the game, and you were like, man, it felt good to be out there. And Just a great job. Played really well at linebacker. Played great on the offensive line. What do you think about this team?
I think we got something special going. I mean, you saw how we played. I mean, we had one bad game, we got back up and, kept going. We just threw it to the side and got better. And that's what we're going to keep doing is just keep getting better as we keep going and playing as a team.
Yeah, and I'm a big believer in sports and in life. The biggest success comes from failure. Failure teaches us success. So, man, we're so thankful and we're so happy that you are back. And I know every one of those guys on that football team, including the coaches, are happy that you're back. And, that we only missed 1 week. So, who we got next week?
Zion Christian.
Zion Christian, right? And then our last district game is with Collinwood, right?
Yes, sir.
If we win, take care of business there, we go to the bowl game, correct?
Yes, sir.
That's the goal, to win out, right? Let's just win the rest of them.
Yes.
All right, Jordan, we're glad to have you here. Any shout-outs you want to make before we go?
Like to thank my whole team for letting me, come out there on the field and play for them and help them, And my mom, she's always been there to support me and my dad, too.
All right, good deal. All right, Jordan, thanks, man.
All right, thank you.
All right, you're listening to Big Oldies here on Wildcat Radio.
All right, now, folks, we're going to see the McNairy Central High School band, and my camera won't go out wide enough as far as they're spread on the field. I'm going to try to get as much of the information as the we'll just let them do their thing. I'll try to get as much of the action as I can.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the McNairy Central Bobcat Band. They will be performing their 2025 production In the Cards. Featured soloists are Emily Puentes, Marley Rasmussen, Cheyenne Buffkin, George Buell. Drum major is Angela Puentes. Miss Puentes, is your band ready? your McNairy Central Bobcat Band.
Once again, I'd like to thank our exclusive halftime sponsor, American Forest Management, specializing in land management, real estate services, wildlife management, recreational licenses, timber sales in Waynesboro. Call them at 931-722-3302 or visit them on their website, AmericanForestManagement.com.
Welcome back to Wildcat Football on Big Oldies Radio. Your score at the half, Wayne County trails the McNairy Central Bobcats by a score of 16-6. Wayne County is going to start the second half with possession of the football. The coach's halftime interview is being brought to you by Cutting Edge Painting. At Cutting Edge Painting, we treat every home like it's our own with care, pride, and a finish built to last. We're going to throw it down to Barry Miller, who's on the field with Coach Willis for the halftime interview.
All right, Coach, here we are at the halftime, just down 16-6. Really, besides that one big play by them, I kind of think you guys been controlling things. What do you think?
We have a little bit. Again, we're still making some of the mistakes we've made. They've beat us in the special teams game. With the squib kicks they've been doing and still getting on it, and us getting in bad field position on that. Then a big field goal with them. It was a good job by our defense keeping them out of the zone, but they still hit a big field goal right there. We still got to do a better job offensively and make better tackles. We're still tackling high. We got to do a better job of tackling low and get this kid on the ground.
Well, you get the ball here, Coach. Start this third quarter, Coach. Drive it down and score, and it's a brand new ball game.
It is. This drive coming out right here is huge. We got to take advantage of the opportunity of getting the football right here. Go down, try to stick one in right here and see if we can get back in this thing.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck.
The coach's halftime interview has been sponsored by Cutting Edge Painting. We'll be back with second half action. You're listening to Wayne County Football on Big Oldies Radio. As we get ready to start the second half of action, your score here at McNairy Central tonight, McNairy Central in front of your Wayne County Wildcats by a score of 16-6. As you just listened to Coach Willis there at the halftime interview, he pretty much laid it out there for us. We've done a good job. Wayne County has done a really good job tonight of kind of controlling the game. We got to do a better job of tackling. We got to get the guys on the ground. But you take away a big explosive 72-yard run, and this is a much tighter football game. Cats are going to start the ball here in the third quarter with the opening possession, have an opportunity to march the ball down the field and really get back into this ball game and take some momentum away from McNairy Central. We've seen a lot of speed from the Bobcats offense tonight, particularly from Jadarius Gaines and Jadarian Campbell. They're two big playmakers on the field, and then, of course, their quarterback, Jackson King, does a great job of distributing the ball and getting it into the hands of his playmakers. And when they get loose in open space, it's a game-changing opportunity for them. So Wildcats defensively are going to have to do their job. They're going to have to stay home, really stay in disciplined positions on the field and play gap assignment football. Trust your teammates to get out there and make plays and go out there and do it. Cats looking to try to flip what has been an early season script. We've played 2 games so far, and so far not a single point scored for the Wildcats in any second half of football this season. So as we get ready to start the second half action here, Wildcats are going to have possession after they take the opening kickoff here of the second half and have the opportunity to march it down the field. And Barry, I tell you what, we would really love to see the Wildcats get their first second half score of the year right here on this opening drive.
Yeah, that's what I told Coach Willis. It'd be nice to come out here with a drive and take it down and score.
Well,
new ball game.
Yeah, it'd be a whole new ball game, especially if you can put together a time-consuming drive and really just kind of dominate the clock and the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, anytime you can, kill that clock like we do, it's be huge against this team.
So Wayne County coming out onto the field to receive second half kickoff tonight. Special teams, we heard Coach Willis talk about that. It's been a bit of a challenge for us tonight as we've had opportunity, did give one away on a kickoff tonight and nearly gave away a second one. So we got to get the ball here and see if we can't get this turned around. Maybe get a good return here would be a fantastic opportunity for the Cats.
Yeah, you got a good kicker here with a strong leg. A ball coming at you fast from about 10 yards is hard to control here.
Mm-hmm.
So you almost, on one of those hard squibs is kind of get out of the way and let the second level get it. But who knows? It's tough when it's coming at you there.
100%. So Valenzuela has the ball at the 40-yard line, the left-footed kicker for McNairy Central, and he's going to put the ball on the tee. Again, we got a 16-6 score here at the start of the third quarter. Wayne County with the opening possession, getting ready to receive the second half kickoff, and the whistle blows. Kicker's ready, and here we go. He kicks the ball. This time a pooch kick up in the air. Going to drop at about the 20-yard line, and somebody's got to get on the ball as finally one of the Cats, Peyton Griggs, comes up and fields it, and for his trouble, he got leveled.
Yeah, somebody's got to get the ball.
You can't.
It was kind of just bouncing and floating around there.
Yeah, on a kickoff especially, you cannot. It's not a punt, right? That ball gets 10 yards up the field. It's a live ball, and the Cats very fortunate that Griggs was able to get to the ball before one of McNairy Central's players was able to get to it. Griggs is hurt.
Yeah, he's down for a minute. I'm going to say he got the wind knocked out of him. That was a hard shot he took.
He got blown up. That was a man-sized hit on Griggs right there. Legal hit, but it was a clean hit, a clean, legal, hard hit. But that doesn't make it feel any better when you take that, buddy.
No, and good thing is right there from the get-go, you could see him moving his arms and legs, so it wasn't nothing like that you were about. I think he just kind of got the wind knocked out of him. You get hit like that unexpectedly, it knocks everything out of you, basically.
Yeah. Griggs jogging off the field on his own power, so thankfully it looks like it's not a serious situation. But
well, that could have turned out bad, though.
Oh, it could have. I mean, again, it's just, and that's one of those things that we heard Coach Willis talk about it in the halftime. Your special teams has to be more aware of what's going on, and they got to know that's a live football.
Yeah.
So Butler brings his team to the line of scrimmage. He's got 2 receivers split out wide to the left. He goes under center with split backs behind him. He fakes the ball to the running back, and he's going to keep himself over the right-hand side, follow hit for a short gain, about 2 yards.
Yeah, not much there on that play. Boy, Cats need a good drive here. Not starting off really well with the kickoff deal. But good thing is it didn't hurt you on downs. You just got farther to go. But Cats can put together a drive here.
Yeah, and looks like good to see that Moore is back out there on the field. We saw him limp off earlier, but Moore back on the field for the Cats there in the huddle, and so thankfully it looks like he's in good shape. Cats in the huddle. They're going to break the huddle and come to the line of scrimmage. Butler sends receivers one split wide to either side of the field. He's going to be in the shotgun with a running back to his right, a fullback in front of him. This time the handoff going to go to Moore.
He grabbed his hamstring again.
Moore once again grabbed that hamstring as he goes down to the ground.
Second down.
Barely got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a short gain. They're going to move the ball down to the 20, and Moore is on the field and he's hurt.
Yeah, he took about 2 steps there and was going to try to make a cut move, and he just collapsed. Man, I mean, it was about 98 degrees today, I think. I mean, it was hot. It's hot right now.
Yeah.
It's real muggy. It's perfect, weather for cramping. And there again, most of our guys play both ways. I don't think Moore takes a play off.
No,
really. So.
No, the only time I've ever seen him off the field is on special teams, and he's being helped to the sideline now. He's hobbling pretty hard. Look, hopefully it's just a cramp and nothing more serious, especially having lost Dane Bryant already for the season.
That's what I was about to say. You already lost one stud back, and him, basically a stud football player.
Yes.
And then, if Moore goes out, man, that's a huge loss not only on offense but on defense. That really hurts you.
Absolutely. So the ball marked down at about the 20-yard line. The Cats need 7, it looks like, to get the ball to move the sticks. They need the 26.5-yard line. So it's going to be third and long 6 for the Cats. 2 receivers go out and spread wide to the right, 1 to the left. Avery Vaughn, the running back, next to Butler. Butler takes the snap. He fakes it to Vaughn. He's got good protection in front of him. He's got time, and the pass just dropped there. He would have had the first down, but you got to hold on to that pass.
Well, I want to say number 7, Marshall, tipped that. It almost looked like he tipped it a little bit. I'm kind of having to dodge between a split right here in the windows.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to see. The windows got that split right in front of you.
It almost looked like it was tipped there. I wasn't sure.
Yeah. Either way, a ball that probably should have been caught there, but instead it falls to the ground, and that's going to bring up 4th down for the Cats. 3 and out to open the second half series. Not the start you were looking for if you're the Wildcats.
No, not at all.
Hunt to kick the ball away for the Cats. Stone back deep to receive the punt. This time punt. Top spin, end over end, drops short of the returner, and he's going to back away and just let it roll dead at about the 35-yard line, and that's where McNairy Central's going to take over.
Well, couldn't have kicked that any better. Put that in a better spot. I mean, just enough distance and enough kick on the ball where we basically got there at the same time as the returner. That was perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. Did not kick his coverage that time. That's a good thing. So 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line, and now the Cats defense is going to have to stand up and make a stand here against this highly fast McNairy Central offense.
Yeah, highly fast. So if you can't get a stop right here, not a lot of times probably going to come off the clock and you get it right back. I mean, you're only down 2 scores, so it's not like it's out of the.
No, it's not going to be a big. It's not going to be terrible, but we definitely don't want to let them get away here. The Campbell on the handoff underneath. That same exact play that he broke for the big touchdown run earlier. This time the Cats bottling him up for a very short gain.
Yeah, he only got about 3 yards there. Now, if McNairy drives down here and gets a touchdown, then you might start thinking, oh no, might be in a little bit of trouble here. But for right now, I mean, no, you're not in great shape, but you're definitely not in bad shape either.
No, not one bit. Cats in a 3-4 defense. Looks like they're playing man-to-man on the outside. 3 receivers split out wide to the left, 1 to the right. Jackson in the shotgun with Gaines to his right. He takes the snap. He fakes it to Gaines, and he throws underneath. That pass goes to number 24, Jasper Hickman. Hickman on the slant catches it right at the 45-yard line and converts for the first down.
Yeah, nice slant route there. Nice ball. Quarterback put some put a little something on that one. That ball was thrown right in there. Good coverage, too. Just good play.
Yeah, he got the ball out of his hands really quickly, too. Not enough time for the defensive line to get to him. Really well executed play there by McNairy Central. And Van Fleet was in good position. It's just the receiver got to it before he could. So 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. Jackson in the shotgun with Gaines to his right. This time the handoff goes to Gaines over the left-hand side. He makes a cut, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield by a host of Wildcats as they're going to stop him for about a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, he danced around until finally got a hold of him there, and a huge loss there. Good defense for the Cats. We need a turnover. We need a fumble, something big right here to happen.
We do. A turnover would be huge at this point. Something to steal the ball away and steal momentum away from McNairy Central. a big play defensively with a turnover would be huge. 2nd down and 12 as they mark the ball back down at the 43-yard line. They need the 45 in Cats territory. Jackson takes the snap. He's going to fake the pitch out, and he's going to move it down to the 45 where he's going to be wrapped up and brought down after a 2-yard gain. He's going to get it back to the original line of scrimmage.
Boy, he stuck that football out there like a loaf of bread, faking that pitch. If a Cat could have knocked him right then and there, that ball would have probably traveled 10 yards in the other direction.
Yeah, absolutely. Van Fleet did a great job there getting in there, making the play. So 3rd and long for the Bobcats, and the Cats defense has an opportunity now to get the ball back. Jackson brings his team to the line. He's got 2 receivers split wide to either side of the field. Ball on the right hash mark. He takes the snap, and now we got early movement as the flag gets dropped on the field. It should be a false start. Back them up 5 yards, make it 3rd and 15.
I think that's Robinson right there, number 52. He's a big kid. That's a sophomore.
Absolutely. A lot of freshmen and sophomores on this field at McNairy Central. This is a football team that we said before the game started, that 0-2 record, a little bit misleading. This is a good football team, and they're going to be good for a while.
12 seniors, 9 juniors, 14 sophomores, and 30 freshmen.
And one of the big freshmen, the running back, Gaines, has had a big night tonight. And now we got another procedure penalty here. We'll take a look and see who they're going to call it on, because it could go against the Cats, as they may have influenced the motion.
Did we go in that neutral zone?
We'll take a look and see what the call is going to be. Wildcat and Bobcat players pointing at each other, and the officials looking at each other trying to have a conversation about which way do we call this.
Well, this penalty will be on the Cats. We
just don't know which ones. And they're going to back it against the Bobcats, so back them up 5 more yards, and now it's going to be 3rd and 20 as the Bobcats with back-to-back false start penalties, and the McNairy Central fans over here definitely don't like that call.
They don't like it, but that's okay. Now going shotgun. How about a snap over his head? This would just be great.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
I'm not asking for too much.
No, not one bit. Fortunately, the snap right to his chest, and he's going to wind up and throw the ball deep over the right-hand side. He's got Campbell, that's Campbell over the right-hand side. Campbell just on a go route down the right sideline. They needed 20, and they got about 40 yards on that one, Barry.
And Van Fleet pretty much hung with him for the most part. What a great throw.
Perfectly thrown ball.
You couldn't ask for anything better on that throw.
No, he put it right where, and the thing about it is he led his receiver.
That was Butler. That was Butler hanging with him
there, but Jackson King put the ball right on his receiver, led him perfectly, and Butler doesn't catch him and bring him down from behind. That's 6.
Yeah.
King brings his team to the line of scrimmage. He's got 3 receivers split wide to the left. This time he fakes the handoff to Gaines over the right, and a big hit there on the quarterback as he falls ahead. Maybe a short gain there on 1st down. They're going to mark him back. Maybe about a half-yard gain there, not very much at all. Great job by the Cats. Good defense.
Yeah, good defense. There was Van Fleet with the hit, and Weaver right there with the hit.
Yeah.
Caden Weaver.
These guys came in and laid the wood on the quarterback there, and that's I tell you what, that's what you want to do when you got a quarterback that's not afraid to run. You hit him hard a couple times, and he's going to think twice.
And I know some little girl that was happy to hear that name being called.
Shotgun formation for King. He takes the ball, he fakes it to Gaines over the left, and he's going to run it right up the middle. He's going to get it down inside the 10-yard line. He needed the 9. He's going to get the 8. 1st down.
Yeah, you got Campbell and Gaines and a little bit of King.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, Gaines, let's give him a few carries. Then when he needs a break, let's go to Campbell. And then every now and then we'll just, throw in a little King there just to kind of mix it up.
I mean, that was just a read option formation right there. He could have handed the ball to the running back, but he saw the white jerseys keying on Gaines, and he just pulled it and had a hole right up the middle. He was inside the 10 before anybody even touched him. This is a quarterback run all the way as King's going to keep it over the right-hand side. He's fighting ahead, and he gets hit and driven back again. But he's going to get down to about the 5 ard line. Be 2nd down for the Bobcats.
That's Van Fleet that hit him again. Quarterback's taking a couple hard shots here.
Ball spotted on the 7.
So they moved the ball down to the 7-yard line.
1st and goal.
It's going to be 1st and goal. I guess that was a 3rd down run. I thought he had the 1st down already, but they said he was a little short of the 1st. Now it's first and goal from the 7. King in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers out to the right, left, 1 to the right. Gaines to his right. He hands the ball to Gaines over the left-hand side, and Gaines fighting ahead to the 5, where he's going to be brought down after about a 2-yard gain. Looks like Ullman on the play there.
Yeah, Ullman there with a big stop, big tackle. Cats, worst come to worst, you want to just give up a field goal here.
Absolutely.
You got to keep them out of the end zone. That really puts us in a bind.
You got to hold them to 3 here. You fall behind 17. It's a big ass to climb out of, that's for sure. So now they move the ball down to the 5-yard line. It's going to be second and goal for the Bobcats. King sends a receiver split out very far to the left side of the field. 2 receivers to the right. The right side, the wide side of the field. King in the shotgun with Gaines to his right. He takes the snap. He fakes it to Gaines. He's going to keep it himself over the right-hand side, and he's going to prance into the end zone. Just a little cut there at the end to get past the defender, and he walks into the end zone for the 6.
Yeah, just, you give him a lot of room. Good job of blocking right there, but if you give him a few yards of space, he's just going to make you hurt. And down there inside the 10, that's pretty much going to be a touchdown.
Yeah, and give credit to the McNairy Central offensive line there. That left guard pulled across, got the key block there, and sprung his quarterback in. He didn't have far to go, and he got paid dirt. Valenzuela with the kick for the extra point is up and good. So with 4:21 to go here in the third quarter of action, your score is now 23-6. McNairy Central out in front by 17. Now, Barry, you're looking at a 3-score football game.
Yeah, that 23-6, that 6 is huge because, you go from 16 down in the 2 possessions to 17 down 3 possessions. You hate to say this, but this is a must score.
Absolutely.
This drive right here, you've got to do something productive, and you've got to come out with some points somehow on this drive.
And you kind of start to feel like, given the way that the game is starting to feel, it feels like McNairy Central is starting to really take control. They're grabbing momentum, and they're rolling with it. You've got to score 3 times to get back in the game, and that's assuming your defense stops them.
Right.
And so you almost kind of feel like you've got to score and maybe score quickly.
Yeah, the main thing is however you score, it's got to be something where you shift momentum. Momentum's got to shift somehow. Either that be just a dominating drive where you're picking up big chunks, or who knows, big play sparks it.
Yeah, we've seen McNairy Central on a big play tonight. I would love to say that we're due. Valenzuela puts a foot into it. This time he's going to kick it deep, and it's going to be fielded by Van Fleet at about the 12. Van Fleet pushing ahead. He's got a little bit of a crease, and he gets it down to about the 31-yard line. Good return there for the Cats to get the ball in good position. It's going to be first and 10 at the 32-yard line as the Cats are going to take over.
Yeah, I started to say you just kicked it to our playmaker, so there was a good opportunity there, a good run.
Absolutely.
But big, could have, one tackle, and I think he's gone.
Absolutely. So ball to they're going to mark it at the 32-yard line. So about a 20-yard return there for Van Fleet on the kick return. Now Butler brings his team to the line of scrimmage. He's in the shotgun. He's got Pike and Van Fleet split out wide to the left. He's got Castleman to his right. Castleman takes the handoff up the middle. He's going to power ahead for about a 4 or 5 yard gain.
Yeah, I think he gets about 4 there. It's just, man, he's so explosive and fast. Good run right there, good first down. But, it's one of these things where it can't take a long time to get the play in. We got to really get moving.
Yeah, this is you've got to drive, and you've got to drive with some urgency, that's for sure. But Castleman, I'll tell you, one of the things I love about that young kid, he's north-south. He doesn't dance. He just puts his foot in the ground and goes. And
I'm looking for more. I haven't really seen him come back on the field.
I haven't seen more back on the field since he came off the field earlier, so that's a little bit of a concern. 2 receivers in tight on the formation. This time the handoff to Castleman over the left. He breaks a tackle as he's trying to get to the outside, but then he's brought down by the inside linebacker who Cruz came up and made the play there. Excuse me, that was on Avery Vaughn on the carry. He's going to follow ahead for about a 4 yard gain. It's going to move just inside the 40-yard line. Cats need the 42 for the first down, so it's going to be third and about a yard and a half to go.
Yeah, third and about a yard and a half. Good carry, good run by Vaughn. There's just got to be some urgency. That you can't be walking around. We really got to get moving here when we break the huddle.
Yeah, Vaughn is definitely our speed back, and when you take a look at the guys out there, he's the faster of the backs at this point. So Vaughn on the carry up the middle, he's going to get hit and he's going to fall ahead. I believe he's going to get enough just to move the sticks. They're going to mark it down. He needed the 42. He got to the 43. So a 2.5-yard gain there on third down. Going to move the chains, and that's going to reset the sticks for the Cats.
Yeah, reset the sticks right there, first down. Let's get something going here. Let's get a little rhythm in the play calling as well. Just get guys going here.
Yeah. Cats running the football well. Butler 1 for 5 in the first half. You kind of feel like he's going to have to mix it in and throw a little bit here in the second half. Hand off to Vaughn over the right-hand side. Vaughn powers ahead, breaking a couple tackles, and he's fighting. Look at him down there to the 50-yard line. He's going to get stacked up and dropped, but about a 7-yard gain, and then the ball comes loose, but McNairy Central player picks it up, running back toward the end zone, but the officials had blown the whistle dead. Yeah. So they're going to mark it down at the 50. Nice gain there on first down for Vaughn.
Yeah, nice gain right there. He's running hard. Good first down pickup. Now with this second short, you might have a chance to try to throw something deep here.
Maybe a little play action, try to hit them over the top, see if you can catch those safeties creeping up a little bit, let Van Fleet get in behind them, and see if you can't connect on a big play here.
Take a chance right here.
Cats need a big play. So 1:55 to go here in the third quarter. Cats come to the line of scrimmage. You got Van Fleet in the slot to the left. Pike split out wide to the left. Butler in the shotgun. He's got Vaughn to his left. He hands the ball to Vaughn this time. Vaughn's going to power straight up the middle. He's going to fight ahead. He's going to get across the line of gain and move it down into McNairy Central territory. They're going to mark him down at the 44-yard line. Good gain there on second down.
Kind of looked like this first quarter, the way the offensive line's just taking control right here. Because that driving, that score we made in the first quarter there, our offensive line just dominated the whole time.
Absolutely.
And you're starting to see that right here. We're really starting to dominate them.
Yeah. Clock now inside of a minute and a half to go here in the third quarter. So as we've said a couple times, we've got to play with some urgency here. Now a tight formation over the left. Butler in the shotgun. He takes the snap, and we're going to get a pre-snap flag. It's going to be a false start against the Cats.
Got some movement. I don't know who did that.
Looked like one of the receivers tried to go a little early. So
that could have been your big hit play there. Let's see.
So that's going to move the ball back to the 49-yard line. It's going to be first and 15.
Couldn't tell. Maybe it was on the other side where we couldn't see.
May have been.
49.
So now Butler goes back into the huddle. He's going to break the huddle. Team comes up to the line of scrimmage. Clock running now inside of a minute 10 to go here in the third quarter. Same formation, Butler in the shotgun. He takes the snap, fakes it to the running back over the left. He's going to keep it himself. He's got room over the right-hand side. Butler gets around the edge, and he's going to get it all the way down to the 30, inside the 30-yard line. Big play there. Needed 15. He got 17.
Big play there, and you had about 4 guys that seemed like they pulled on that. That was leading the march right there for Butler. I saw a lot of beef out there in front of him, and I thought this is going to be a big play right here.
Absolutely, and you take a look at that play right there. The Wildcats just took a page out of McNairy Central. They got the defense going left, chasing Vaughn. Butler back to the right-hand side with blockers, and that was a big play. Now, a fumbled snap. Butler able to corral it and get it back. He's just going to try to run ahead and get what he can, and he's going to get down to the 25-yard line. What was going to be a busted play turns into a gain of 5.
Yeah. Play right there, I thought, man, I don't know. But yeah, Butler kind of just snatched it off the running back's helmet and took off with it and got 5 yards.
Hey, sometimes schoolyard ball. That's just, you take a bad play and something bad happened, and you just try to make something positive out of it. Great individual effort there by Butler. Now they're going to flip the field on the formation. 2 receivers split out wide to the right, and Butler's in the pistol with Castleman behind him. He hands the ball to Castleman up the middle, and he's going to plow across the 25. He's going to get down to about the 23. He's going to be about a yard and a half shy of the first down. It's going to bring up third down.
You're going to be short. Of course, it's definitely 4-down territory no matter where you are, I believe, in this situation. Well,
that's going to go to 4. That's going to take us to the end of the third quarter. So at the end of 3, Wayne County trails 23-6. We'll be back with fourth quarter action. You're listening to Wayne County Football on Big Oldies Radio. Big Oldies Radio. You're listening to Wayne County football. It is the start of the third quarter. Wayne County football. Wayne County trails by 23-6 here at McNairy Central, but Wayne County with the ball, third and short here. Ball spotted at the 27-yard line. Barry, we need about a yard to get the first down.
Yeah, why not? Not only get the first down, let's just take this play to the house.
Absolutely. Butler under center with split backs behind him. He's going to hand the ball off, and the running back's going to power ahead.
I think he kept it.
Handoff.
Was that Butler keeping it? He faked it to the back.
He does such a good job of that.
Kept it. Yeah, he does. He's got a very convincing play fake. I really thought he handed the ball off, but yeah, Butler kept it himself. He falls ahead for about 4 yards, moves the ball inside the 20 down to the 19, and resets the sticks. 1st and 10 for the Cats. So now the Wildcats come out, and they got 2 receivers going out wide to the left-hand side. Now they're bringing them in a little tighter on the formation. Vaughn, the running back, to the right of Butler, and this time the handoff goes to Vaughn over the left-hand side. Vaughn shifting around a little bit. He's going to fall ahead for a nice gain. He's going to get it down inside the 15, about a 5-6 yard gain there on first down.
And a big run right there, and a little bit of dancing and moves right there for the Cats. Good run.
Yeah, Vaughn likes to move around a little bit back there. He looks for space because he's the speedster for sure. And if he can get a little open field, he'll turn on the burners and go. But we're inside of 11 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. We got a 3-score game. Cats have got to score here, and need to get it done quickly.
Have to.
Butler takes the snap. He hands the ball to Vaughn, who's going to power ahead. He's going to get stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on second down. It's going to run at 3rd and 4.
I think Vaughn received the handoff, looked up, and there's 2 defenders right there already on him, and he was kind of surprised. I was too. There's not much you can do about that.
Yeah, those 2 defensive tackles just shot the A gap on either side of the center and came right in, and they were in the backfield almost before the ball was.
Yeah.
And he did a good job just to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They've got it marked at the 12. It's 3rd down and 3 for the Cats. Now Butler on the keeper. He's going to go over the right-hand side. He's going to get down. He's going to go, and he's going to take it to the house. Case Butler on a 12-yard touchdown run. Barry, give him 6.
Yeah, give him 6. What a play call right there. What a play. Case wasn't in any hurry right there as he kind of was just, easing out to the edge, out to the edge, waiting for something to open up. And when it did, he had blockers in front of him and just took it to the end zone, to the house. Big play.
Big play. That Wildcat touchdown was brought to you by People's Bank. Our name has said it all since 1890. And now Cats in a situation where they've got to have this 2-point conversion if they're going to have a chance to stay in it.
Yeah, you got that right. I forgot all about that.
Butler going under center with split backs behind him. He's going to hand it up the middle. This time up
good
looks
push.
Like Castleman with the push, and he's going to get in. So the 2-point conversion is good, and that's going to bring it down 23-14. 10:06 to go here in the fourth quarter. Great drive there by the Cats.
Great drive there. And give credit to the officials not blowing that dead when it kind of just stood up and stood still. Let the Cats get behind their running back right there and push him in for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, almost a little bit of a tush push there as as the blockers came in behind and pushed him on in.
Yeah.
And I mean, these guys knew they needed the points right there. So, and even with that, it's still a 2-score game, and we cut the deficit to 9, but we still have got to get 2 more scores here. And this is one of those opportunities right now where you kind of look at it and say, boy, to have a guy that you can trust to put it between the uprights when you need it.
Yeah, you're right there. I mean, field goal kickers are they're worth their weight in gold. I mean, they are just that. Well, you saw last week against Summertown how important a field goal kicker was.
Absolutely. So now Hunt's going to put the ball on the tee, and McNairy Central is all their guys are up fairly close. Even their deep guys are back at the 25-yard line. They're expecting the short kick. They're expecting the Wildcats to try to get the onside here and try to steal one. Now the Cats are going to spread the field, and Hunt's going to drop back. Looks like he's going to try to kick it deep. Campbell and Gaines back deep to receive it. Now the onside kick fielded by the up man there at the 50. And he drives it ahead to the 44-yard line where the Bobcats are going to take over 1st and 10. Boy, the Cats tried.
tried, and he got a good bounce right there that allowed him just to pick that up and run. Kind of scary to even try. So a lot of things bad could have gone.
Yeah, those guys on the front line, typically, having been a guy that's played on that front line, Barry, I know they told us, just fall on it.
Yeah.
You know, don't try to run it. But when you wear a jersey that has a number that starts with the number 5, 6, or 7, and you get the ball in your hands, you kind of want to try to make something happen.
That's right. You're going to run with it, right?
So McNairy Central going to take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line, already on the Wildcat side of the field, and now a short field is going to be a critical possession here for the Wildcat defensively. King in the shotgun, and now we've got a timeout taken on the field as McNairy Central going to take their first timeout of the half. Looks like they saw something defensively from the Wildcats that they didn't like, so they called the timeout and are going to come over and talk about it.
Yeah, and you got a young team right here. Last thing you need if you're McNairy Central is a turnover or, run a play that might get blown up. But that's exactly what we need on that other sideline. So
absolutely. And this is one of those opportunities where, Barry, if you're a captain on the Wildcat defense at this point, somebody's got to be in that huddle looking at the players around you and saying, hey, who's going to step up and make a play here?
Yeah, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for somebody here that's going to just make the big play, make the big hit that causes the fumble, make the big interception or, big sack.
Somebody's got to be a disruptor in that backfield. We need to get on the quarterback, get pressure on him. Of course, I don't anticipate he's going to keep the ball unless he's running it. I think they're going to run the ball a lot. But yeah, this is one of those opportunities where we need somebody on defense to step up and make a play. And man, to have a guy that you could name defensive player of the game at the end of the game because he made the game-changing play would be fantastic.
Yeah, you got that right, yeah. Like they care about our
picks.
But still.
Now King takes the snap. He's dropping back. He's looking deep. He's got Campbell on the right-hand side. And Van Fleet in position had a chance to make the interception. That was good coverage all the way.
There's a flag. That's bad right there.
Surely they didn't call that pass interference. That was great. That was great coverage. He was looking back for the ball and everything.
Well, that's a bad call.
That's a terrible call. So we're going to take a look at the flag here and see what they're going to call. It looks like it is going to go against Wayne County.
Yeah, bad call.
And if that is, that's a 15 yards and a first down. Moving the ball deep into the territory.
And he's looking back on the ball and making a play on it.
Yeah, absolutely. He didn't get there early. He had his head back to the ball. Everything that was textbook. You can't draw that up any better.
Tough luck.
And so a 15-yard penalty is going to move the ball down to the 30-yard line, and it's going to reset the chains 1st and 10 for McNairy Central. And now King in the shotgun. He's got Gaines to his right, to his left rather. Two receivers split out wide to the left, one to the right.
I can't believe they're not running the ball, trying to.
I know.
Get this clock moving.
Well, and there's the fake to Gaines, and now the pass out to Campbell over the left-hand side. Campbell dances ahead to the 25-yard line where he's going to get slung out of bounds by Roby Brown.
And hey, even better, he goes out of bounds.
Get him out of bounds, stops the clock. But to pick up a 5 on first down, going to bring up 2nd and 5 at the 25-yard line.
Second down.
9:46 to go here in the fourth quarter. Wayne County trails by a score of 23-14, and this is one of the now the defense is really on their heels. I mean, you got to get a stop here. If McNairy Central scores here, I believe it's pretty much game over. King in the shotgun, he takes the snap. He's going to fake the ball to Gaines over the right-hand side, keep it himself. He's going to power inside the 20. He's going to be brought down by a host of Wildcats, but he's going to get it all the way down to about the 17-yard line. He's going to move the sticks.
Yeah, a touchdown here now. I think that's pretty much it. Got to hold him to a field goal here or get a turnover.
Yeah, field goal still makes it a 12-point game. But, yeah, you got to get a turnover here. You cannot let them score. A score here just breaks your back. 9:24 to go here in the fourth quarter.
But they're looking to score the way they're slinging it.
They are. Well, and that's one of those things, you kind of take a look at it. The Cats were crept up expecting to run, so they tried to throw it over the top. And were it not for a bad penalty call, that would have been there. Gaines over the right-hand side. He's spread out to the far side of the field, and about 5 Wildcats on him. Finally get him to the ground after a short – actually, they're going to back him up for a short loss.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to have moves and be able to extend plays, but sometimes it's a curse too. He extended that play where he looked like he had a couple yards there, extended it and ran backwards a little bit.
So now they're going to mark it back at the original line of scrimmage. No gain, no loss on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Ball spotted down at the 17-yard line. 8:38 to go with the clock running here. 9-point deficit for the Wildcats as we're coming inside of 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. King in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers split out wide to the left, 1 to the right. It's going to be an option run to the left, and King going to keep it himself all the way. And he's going to drop it across the 15-yard line, about a 5 or 6 yard gain there on 2nd down.
I just kept waiting for somebody to come around that corner and just level him because he was kind of running straight up, tall. But did a good job of taking the pitch man there. We just didn't take the quarterback.
Absolutely. So they move the ball down to the 13-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and a long 6 for the Bobcats. We're now inside of 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Wildcats have all 3 timeouts. McNairy Central down to 2 timeouts. King brings his team to the line of scrimmage. He's in the shotgun formation with Gaines to his right. Barks out the signals, takes the snap. He keeps it himself and gets blown up in the backfield. What a big play right there. Jackson Bryan getting in the backfield and just laying it on the quarterback there. King couldn't get away.
Jackson, the little brother of Baker Bryan, who loved to hit quarterbacks, is man, he laid a lick on him.
So about a 4-yard loss there. Going to move the ball back to the 16-yard line. It's going to be 4th and long. And now McNairy Central with a choice to make here. You take the 3, you extend it to a 12-point game. I believe they're going to let this thing run down, let the clock wind down, probably take a timeout and talk about it.
Probably are right here. It's one of those plays here where are you sitting at? About the 26?
Ball's at the 16.
Oh, excuse me, 16.
Yeah,
You're looking at what, 33?
So about a 33-yard kick here, which we've seen Valenzuela tonight. He's got plenty of leg from that range.
Well, what you got to do is you got to sit there and tell yourself, does 3 points really make that big of a difference? And when you're talking about our cats who don't kick, I don't think it really does.
No. I mean, a 9-point game and a 12-point game is not really that much of a difference.
No.
We're still looking at 2 touchdowns either way.
Right.
So
I think they go for it here.
I know I would. I definitely would in a 4th and 9 situation. If you could draw them off sides, get a free 5, then maybe you get a better opportunity on 4th and short. But
well, I just think with the lead, you've already had a bad snap on the first touchdown for the PAT. A few things that could go wrong, but who knows? Points are points.
Yeah.
So.
And they are trotting Valenzuela out onto the
sure
field.
are.
It looks like he's going to be in kicking formation for this field goal. So about a 33-yard kick attempt here for the Bobcats, looking to extend an extra 3 points and try to break this out to a 12-point lead with just under 7 minutes to go here in the contest. King on the hold, Valenzuela in formation. This would be a great opportunity to get a block.
Yeah.
There's the snap. Hold, kick is up. And he drilled it right down the middle. So that kick is good for 33. 6:46 to go here in the fourth quarter. Your score now, McNairy Central 26, Wayne County 14. Barry, it looks like it's going to get into a little bit of desperation time for the Cats.
You definitely got to be in a hurry now. But like I said, the positive. You always want to look for the positives here, and that's what you do. You look at your guys and say, hey, they didn't hurt us.
No, you kept them out of the end zone, and a touchdown there breaks your back.
Yeah, that's when you look at your guys and say, hey, a touchdown here, and we hold them, we get a touchdown, we win.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
But, 6:46 to go, we're going to have to do something that we don't typically see the Cats do, and that's score quickly.
Yeah, and it matters show a trick play or two, but, you might not want to tip your hand in a non-region game by showing,
it's
something special.
Yeah, because it is. And we talked about that pregame as well. This is yes, it counts on the record, but it's not a region game, so a loss here doesn't hurt you near as bad as when the regional games start.
No, and it's not like you came over here to 3A school and got blown out.
No, absolutely
You've given them just about everything they want.
Yeah. So Valenzuela puts his foot into the ball. He's going to kick it short. And, oh my goodness, 2 Cats fall into each other trying to field the ball, and the ball falls to the ground. It looks like one of the Wildcats jumped on the ball as Vaughn was in position. He was dropping back. Van Fleet coming up trying to field the ball. That's one of those times where the guys on the field, they got to communicate with each other.
Well, that's where your baseball coach comes out there and says a ball hit to the outfield. If the outfielder calls for it, get out of the way, shortstop or third baseman.
Absolutely.
And Van Fleet's got to call that because he's coming forward to catch it, and the other guy's going backwards. So, yeah, a little miscommunication there, but that's the way you play that, just like you do in baseball.
Absolutely. So now the Cats in a shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Butler rolls to the left. He's looking that direction. He throws the ball ahead to Pike, and he's going to complete the connection for about a 11-yard gain there. He's going to actually get the ball down to number 44. That's Weston Todd on the reception, and that's going to be an 11-yard gain. It's going to move the sticks.
Yeah, McNairy Central had 2 guys over the top on that deep route there, so Butler just had to take what he could there with that underneath route.
Well, you take the underneath, but you move the sticks. You stop the clock long enough to reset the chains. Now the handoff to Vaughn. Vaughn got a hole, and he's going to break it. Vaughn's got speed. He's going to put it in the ground and go. He's going. He's running. He's got 3 guys. He got it. He's gone. Vaughn takes it all the way to the house. A big play there for the Cats. 65-yard touchdown run for Avery Vaughn. Give him 6, Barry. That's exactly what we needed.
Oh, man, what a huge play right there as the momentum's completely flipped. Vaughn, the fast, speedy guy, gets out in some space and was gone.
Son, we're sitting here talking about desperation time, and all of a sudden we get that big play that we need. Sophomore Avery Vaughn just turned on the afterburners.
And I'm going to tell you, it comes back to McNairy Central not wasting a lot of time off the clock that last drive. They wasted about 3 minutes.
If even.
And, I mean, that's huge right there. You're right back in this game now. How many timeouts we got left? 3?
3.
Yeah.
Now the Cats line up for 2-point conversion. Butler to keep
he got it.
And he's going to get it. So
Yeah.
Butler falling in now all of a sudden 26-22. And that drive right there took about 30 seconds off the clock.
And that touchdown was brought to us by
People's Bank.
That's right.
That Wildcat touchdown brought to you by People's Bank. Our name has said it all since 1890. Thank you, Barry.
Well, we get so excited sometimes.
We do. Well, especially on a big play like that.
Yeah.
That was, wow.
But you're right. You're down 4 now.
4-point game.
Touchdown and
defense
boom.
makes a stand right here, and we've got an opportunity to take it back down the field and win this football game.
And you know what? It's all of a sudden quiet over here.
It got really quiet on this side of the field.
And momentum, it's kind of like energy. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. Momentum's the same way.
Absolutely.
And there's just a certain amount of momentum in a game, and we've just taken a whole bunch of it away from them.
I believe Mo just slipped on a white jersey and a black helmet. He's playing on our side right now. So now if you're Coach Willis on the sideline, you're looking at your defense and saying, guys, this is the game right here.
One stop.
We need you to get out there, play assignment football, be disciplined, make the tackles. Don't give up the big play, and we can get back in this thing.
1 3 and out.
Hunt's got the ball on the tee, and he's going to line the ball up. It looks like they are going to kick it deep. At least that's what they're showing. McNairy Central with their guys up, expecting the onside attempt. Hunt is going to drive up and put his foot into the ball, and he does kick it short. And this time it's going to be fielded by the offensive lineman right there at the 50. So ball at the 50-yard line. McNairy Central going to take over 1st and 10 at midfield.
They give McNairy Central credit to the big man, Will Heath. Scooped that up like a shortstop.
And that's a freshman offensive lineman right there making a play.
But you got to have a 3 and out now. You're already going to be having to go a long distance on a punt on a 4th down. Well, I'm still waiting on that turnover.
Yes. A turnover here would be huge, and we need to manufacture one. Jackson in the shotgun, Jackson King in the shotgun with the running back to his left. He's going to hand the ball off to Gaines over the right-hand side.
There we go.
And Gaines going to fall ahead for a short, about 2-yard gain, moving the ball down to 47.
Yeah, good job right there. You only gave up 2 yards, not a big deal. You almost would like a 4th and kind of close, and maybe they chance going for it instead of punting and kicking you way down.
Yeah, good job by Colby Ray getting in there and making the play on that play there. So 2nd and 8 for the Bobcats. Ball at the 47-yard line. They need the 39. King in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers split wide to either side of the field in a stacked formation. He's going to go into the option run.
Oh.
This time he takes the pitch and pitches it out to Gaines, and the Cats stretch him out, spread him out to the wide side of the field, drive him out of bounds. He's going to get enough to move the sticks and move the chains, get a first down.
Yeah, good pitch there by King because he held on that ball as long as he could, pitched it at the last moment. We almost had a defender there. Couldn't tell who it was that almost took the pitch.
Yes, yeah. And good job by Jake and Floyd staying with the runner and getting him out of bounds there to stop the clock. 5:26 to go here in the fourth quarter. 26-22 your score. It's 1st and 10 with the ball at the 38-yard line. Now King brings his team to the line of scrimmage. He's got 3 receivers split wide to the right-hand side of the field, and Gaines to his left in the backfield. This time the handoff to Gaines right up the middle, and Gaines has got a little bit of a crease. He's going to fall ahead, get nearly to the 30-yard line, about an 8-yard gain there.
An 8-yard gain there. We've got to wrap up right there. You can't just hit these guys. They kind of just bounce off of you when you do that. Really got to wrap up. Almost, want to wrap him up and somebody come in there and try to strip. If it's that time.
Yeah, stand him up and somebody knock the ball loose. You got to do something to create a turnover here. Ball down to the 31-yard line. So they're going to give him credit for a 7-yard gain there. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
Now McNairy taking their time.
Yeah, McNairy Central slowing it down now a little bit, taking their time coming out of the huddle. King takes the snap. He's going to fake the ball to Gaines. He's going to keep it himself over the left-hand side. He's going to get chopped down. Looks like it was Creasy there on the tackle, but a 3-yard gain going to move the sticks.
They're going to move the sticks in their offensive line now, starting to get the edge on our defensive line.
Yeah, and you see a couple of our defensive linemen with hands on their hips. They've been out there a long time tonight.
They have.
They're getting a little tired.
They have. This is almost one of those points where, the will of you.
Yeah. So we're back down to a situation now where you've got to just bow up and try to hold them to 3. Keep it a 1-score game at this point. 4:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. King got receivers split wide to either side of the field. This time the option to the right, and he's going to get drugged down from behind. Great play in the backfield, bringing the quarterback down, and also doing a good job not getting inside the pads. That was close to a horse collar.
Yeah, it was real close to that. Cats called a timeout there, too. I like it.
Wildcats take the first timeout of the fourth quarter. We're down inside of 4:15 to play here in the fourth quarter.
Well, I thought there was a timeout
call. Thought there was a timeout call, but maybe not. Clock still runs. No, the Cats did take a timeout. They just, okay, here we go. 4:04 to go here in the fourth quarter as the Cats take their first timeout here of the second half. It's going to be 2nd and 14 when we come back, Barry.
Yeah, and I kind of like that timeout there is because it's after a big loss. So momentum, and then you can look at your guys and say, all right, guys, let's go. 3 more. 3 more right here.
Yeah. Get them on the sideline, give them a chance to get a slug of water, breathe for a second, and get back out there and try to reset and do it again. Ball at the 30-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 14, and that's a good thing for the Cats. You get the offense behind the sticks, and it makes it a little bit more difficult.
And while we got a little break right here, just want to thank Chuck and Big Odies right there for allowing us to bring these middle school kids on, the middle school football players on again this week. They feel like they're big time, with these interviews, and
they do.
Appreciate Chuck letting us do that.
Yeah, and these middle school kids, I mean, the middle school team having a great season, and for us to be able to give them an opportunity to get some recognition for their great play this year, I think it's a good thing that you're doing there, Barry, on those halftime interviews. And you're right, Chuck doesn't have to let us do that, but he does, and so we take advantage of that opportunity. So now here we come out of the timeout. McNairy Central's got 3 receivers to the left-hand side of the formation, and now looks like we're going to put a couple of seconds back on the clock. They're going to move it back up to 4:06.
I like that.
We like that. King in the shotgun. He's got Gaines to his right. He's got 1 receiver out to the right-hand side, 3 to his left. And he's going to bark out the signals here on 2nd and 14. He takes a snap. He fakes it to the running back. He's looking to the right all the way. Big throw over the head.
He dropped it.
And he dropped the pass. That's a fantastic play for the Cats. But again, we got a flag on the play. As once again, Van Fleet was in perfect coverage. He was in great position there. And they're going to call, he didn't get his head around.
You could face guard in high school,
though.
though.
Yeah, you can. But they're going to, I think they're going to say he got there a little early. So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and instead of it being 3rd and 14, it's going to be 1st and 10.
Well, the flag's back at around the 15-yard line. It's not even in the end zone.
No.
I don't know.
I don't know. And now he's looking to the Wildcat sideline to see what maybe not a pass interference call here.
Maybe is it offensive?
Maybe offensive, ineligible man downfield, perhaps. I don't know. The officials are, hey, let's give them.
No, it's on
No,
us.
they're moving it back. Pass interference against the Wildcats is the
Bad
call.
call.
That 2 bad pass interference calls on 2 straight possessions is just gifting McNairy Central additional yardage.
That's tough right there. Feel bad for Van Fleet, and he's just holding his arms out. He don't know what to do.
He's like, if I can't defend any better than that. And that was almost textbook, but that's a big play because instead of it being 3rd and 14, it's now 1st and 10 inside the red zone.
Yeah, that was huge right there because it was incomplete, going to stop the clock.
Mm-hmm. Ball down to the 15-yard line. This time, the fake handoff to.
Oh
goodness gracious!
Wow, who was that?
That was Castleman getting back there and wrapping up the quarterback for a big-time loss. That drives him back to about the 19-yard line, a 4-yard loss on 1st and 10.
That looked like one of them old-school power bombs in WWE back in the day right there.
Yeah, he got a hold of him and sling him to the ground, and.
88 was
88. That was Briar Hampton on the play. Great job there. Briar getting in there making a play. Clock now inside of 3:30 to go here in the fourth quarter, but it's 2nd down and 15. Ball all the way back at the 20-yard line. King's got 2 receivers split wide to either side of the field. This time the handoff to Gaines straight ahead. Gaines just fighting ahead, breaking tackles.
Oh, ball.
The ball comes loose.
We got it.
And the Wayne County Wildcats are going to recover that fumble. We're waiting for the official signal here.
Who's got it?
And again, here, look, Barry, I love referees.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful for them. But these guys need to get in here and be a little bit more decisive in their calls. They're going to say he was down. They're now ruling him down before the ball came loose.
Let's see right here.
Looking at the replay here. Thank you to John Harper bringing us the replay. And you can see Gaines hit. He was driving forward. There's the strip. That should have, and the beanbag came out by the back judge. That should have been a turnover there. But instead, they're going to say McNairy Central keeps possession of the football and a timeout taken.
That ball was out big time.
Wayne County takes their 2nd timeout of the half. We're inside of 3 minutes to go, 2:49 to play here.
Yep.
It's going to be 3rd down and 8 at the 13-yard line, and that is, let's just say 3 very questionable calls in the last 2 possessions.
Things change when you cross the river. And
Yeah.
I've always told my boys that, especially in baseball. When I was coaching, we had to go across the river to play anybody. I was like, got to keep your cool, and things change over here.
Well, 2 pass interference calls that were not pass interference. Now a fumble that gets overturned. They say he was stopped short and the play was whistled dead before the ball came loose. So instead of it being a big turnover, which we've been talking about, the Wildcats need that. Instead, McNairy Central going to retain possession. And now on 3rd and 8, this is a big play for the Cats. You got to keep them out of the end zone here and hold them to 3.
Big play right here.
King in the shotgun. He's got Gaines to his right. 2 receivers split out wide to the left. The handoff to Gaines all the way over the left.
Man.
And Gaines gets a big crease, and he's going to drive it into the end zone.
That'll do it.
That right there, I believe, is going to do it, Barry, because now you're looking at a 10-point ball game even before the extra point.
Well, you're looking at a 10-point ball game, and if we're looking at a freshman right there.
Yeah, that's a freshman running back.
Man, would that be something fun to watch him in about 2 years?
I tell you,
he's already fun right now.
He's pretty fun to watch, and
that was a run, right?
That
was a grown man run.
That was a run. Valenzuela with the extra point, up and good. So now with 2:43 to go here in the fourth quarter, we score 33-22. As McNairy Central back out in front, and
you're in trouble.
This is that right there, I believe, was the backbreaker.
Unless you can draw up another big play like we had earlier, we're just not full of those. We're just not known for that.
No, it's one of those things that, I mean, granted, yes, every play, if it's executed properly, can be a touchdown play, but the reality of that happening is just that, it doesn't happen that often. And,
just tough right there with the penalties.
Questionable penalty.
Yeah, just a
very
tough deal right there.
So now Valenzuela is going to put the ball on the tee. We're inside of 3 minutes to go at 2:43 here in the fourth quarter. Wayne County is going to get the ball back, but down 11 inside of 3 minutes and only 1 timeout to go. doesn't look good for the Cats.
No.
So Valenzuela backs up.
I don't see how he kicks off from that short of a distance. It's like he's kicking a field goal almost.
It does. It's a field goal formation for him, and he's barely getting 2 or 3 steps before he puts his foot in the ball. But he's also not trying to drive it deep. Well, this time he does.
Boy, he kicked
and he
that.
did kick the fire out of it as Pike fielded the ball inside the 10, and now he is hemmed up. He's got 4 blue jerseys on him as he gets the ball up, and he's going to be driven backwards back down inside the 10-yard line, and it's
they're going to mark him at about the 11.
Yeah, and it's going to be first and 10 for the Cats.
Wildcats on the 10.
And they're going to mark him at the 11-yard line. So 89 yards to go here with 2.5 minutes and 1 timeout. Cats are going to need some miracle mojo here to try to get back in this football game.
Cats kind of look like it too with the body language right here.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, if you're Coach Willis, you know you put together a drive right here, and even if you don't win the ball game, to put together a drive and take it down and do something with it here is something you can build off of as you head into region play. Butler with the pass over the left-hand side, and it's going to be dropped short of the intended receiver, incomplete. So he's trying to get the ball out to Van Fleet over the left-hand side. Just didn't quite get it to him there. It's going to bring up second down.
It goes back. It still goes back to the importance of that big play.
Yeah.
You take away the big play of them, you never know what might happen.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you take away that 72-yard touchdown run, and you know now we're back to a one-possession game. But we can't take those points off the board.
No, we can't.
You know, that 6 points is still there.
That's just something you got to work on there. Just,
Butler in the shotgun. He's going to roll left. He's got pressure right in his face. Good block coming back to him. And this time he hooks up with Van Fleet over the left-hand side for about a 9-10-yard gain as Van Fleet goes out of bounds right at the marker.
Yeah, that was a great block right there. I'm trying to see, was that Castleman with that block?
No, I believe that was one of the offensive linemen coming back and making that block.
Running back staying in 20. I can't tell. 28, 22.
22 would be Castleman. 28 would be Ethan Diggs.
That was Castleman there, kind of hung in there and gave him a good block. And that's a good throw right there.
Yeah, very good throw. Hooks up, marks it right at the sticks. First and 10 for the Cats. And now motion the back out of the backfield into an empty formation. Butler drops back. He rolls to the right. He's looking deep, and he pulls back, pumps, and throws, and the ball drops incomplete. Ball intended there for Bryson Harris. It'll be second down.
He kind of wanted to let that go a little bit.
It's almost like he was hesitant.
Yeah, he kind of had double clutch. Of course, he was looking at double coverage right there.
Well, and you know, at this point in time of the game, you got to try to do something.
Yeah.
You can't, you know.
No, you can't be picky.
No, you got to take what you can get, and that play right there, even in double coverage, was probably the best look he had on the field. So second and 10 at the 21. Butler takes the snap. He's going to roll right. He's got a blocker in front of him. He's going to throw it underneath to that pass going to Weston Todd. Todd on the reception, short of the 30-yard line, but he's going to get hit and dropped.
Yeah. Good tackle right there to keep him in bounds, too, by McNairy Central.
Yeah, keeps him in bounds. The clock's still running here as we're now inside of 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Butler in the shotgun, marking out the signals. He takes the snap. This time he's going to roll left. I believe we got away with a holding penalty right there, not called. And he was looking for Todd again over the left-hand side. This time the ball falls off his hands incomplete. Going to bring up fourth down for Cats.
Yeah, fourth down in your ball game right here. You know, you're already climbing a steep hill right here, but this could seal the deal.
Absolutely. 4th and 2 at the 29-yard line. If you're the Cats right here, I think you just got to get the first down, try to reset the sticks. I mean,
yeah,
you know,
this could be a teaching moment right here, working your 2-minute offense.
Absolutely. Butler in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers split out wide to the left. He fakes the ball, and he's going to keep it himself all the way to the right, and he goes out of bounds. He gets knocked out of bounds by Cruz, but not before he gets across the 40 out to the 41-yard line. And so Butler does move the 6, gets the first down. He needed 2. He got about 13.
He got about 13, and a good play right there by the quarterback. Heads up play, you know, move the chains, keep it going, and the presence to get out of bounds.
Absolutely.
41-yard line.
So now at the 41-yard line, 1:28 to go here in the game, 33-22 your score. Wayne County still with 1 timeout left in their pocket. Butler in the shotgun. He takes the snap, drops to the left. Now he's going to pull up, and he's going to float the ball over the head, trying to get down. He had a defender right in his face. He was looking for Van Fleet, but he just couldn't quite get enough mustard on the ball to get it to him.
No, he couldn't get anything really on that ball with the guy in his face there.
Well,
lucky it wasn't picked.
Yeah, and this William James, number 65 from McNairy Central, he's just pinning his ears back and coming after Case on every single play here. So Case really, I mean, he's having to dodge and get away from that defender, and he's not getting a lot of time to get his feet set underneath him and look down the field. So now Vaughn comes in motion, empty backfield. This time, good job offensively on the line to keep protection in front, and the ball thrown behind the receiver. Pass intended that time for Peyton Griggs, who's coming across the middle, but the ball just thrown behind him, incomplete.
From behind, I think Marshall got another hand on that number 7.
Yeah, absolutely. He's doing a good job of getting his hands up. And
that's 2 tips, I think he's had.
So it's going to bring up 3rd and 10. 1:14 to go here in the 4th quarter. Wildcats trail by 11, 33-12. Now an empty formation as Butler's in the shotgun by himself. He's got one receiver split wide to the right. He's got a bunch formation, 4 receivers out to the left. This is going to be a screen out to Van Fleet all the way, and Van Fleet gets the ball, and he's going to get some distance. He's got room in front of him. Oh, what a hit.
Get out of bounds.
He's fighting to stay in and try to move up the field. He gets the ball all the way down to the 20-yard line. Nice play there, about 40 yards on that. Just a screen out to Van Fleet on the left, and he's got blockers in front of him. He takes it all the way down to the 20 and flips the field.
He took a lick and kept on going, man.
He did. He got lit up. And
that was tough running.
And you can tell he's feeling it over there. That's for sure. So now 1:02 to go here in the 4th quarter, and it looks like Wayne County is going to take their final timeout of the game with 1:02 to play. No timeout taken. No, okay, I'm sorry. They're taking an extra long time to set the chains. We'll take that time.
Yeah.
Now there's the official winding the clock. So now the clock running inside of a minute to go here.
No quitting these guys.
No, absolutely no quit. We love that. This team is determined. Empty formation as Vaughn comes in motion to the left again. Now Butler takes the snap. He drops back. He looks upfield. He has to move right to get away from the defender. He's floating it down the field, and he throws it over the receiver, and it's going to be picked off in the end zone by Jasper Hickman. That's going to do it.
That's going to do it. Now McNairy Central can kind of take a knee and seal it.
Yeah, one snap here to nail on the football should do it and take us into the ball game. So I tell you what, though, Barry, we saw a lot of fight out of these Wildcats tonight. These guys did not quit.
No, there could have been a few times there where they could have just tossed it in, tossed the towel in, but no, they sure did tonight. And we're in it for basically the whole game.
Yeah. And, I mean, we talked about it before the game. You're coming over, you're a 1A school, coming over to a 3A school.
Right.
On their homecoming night, they're jacked up, they're excited, they're ready to play, and you just never know what you're going to get in a situation like this. But I think, if you're the Wildcats, you walk out of here tonight, you lost the ball game, but you kept it close, and you had a chance there at the end, just a couple of plays.
Yeah, you did. It just, everything's a learning experience. Really, nothing matters till region. And I know the kids want to win every game, and I want them to win every game.
Absolutely.
But really, nothing matters till region.
Right.
The main thing is we just got to make sure Moore's okay. He's healthy.
Yes, we've got to get Moore back on that field. We can't afford to lose him at this point.
And if guys are kind of beat up right now, now's the time to get rest, because once you start these regional games, you think games are physical. Like tonight? No. The region games are physical games.
Yeah, and next Friday night we've got Houston County coming to town.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that is a regional contest, isn't it?
It is, and let me tell you something about that bunch. They love some football, so it's going to be a good game.
Yeah. King takes the snap, and he's just going to kneel on the football there out of the pistol formation. That one kneel down looks like it's going to do it. I don't believe Coach Willis is going to call that last time out. I wouldn't.
No, that's going to do it.
No reason to do it. So that's going to bring us to the end of the game. And as the final clock winds down, McNairy Central is going to walk out of here tonight victorious. 33-22 is going to be the final score.
Well, they stopped the clock.
We do have a clock stoppage.
Who called? I don't think.
We got a flag? Flag on the far side of the field. What in the world? We're going to call a procedure penalty here or something?
What are they calling that for?
False.
Now he's moving it back.
False start against.
No flag.
That's
What
going to
a
be a false start
good
penalty
job,
on
crew.
Bobcats.
Run the clock, guys.
We have crossed the river, Barry.
Yeah.
We've definitely crossed the river. And so, now the clock stops.
I mean, the only thing I saw was guys shaking hands and kind of giving some hugs over there with each other.
I don't know what that was all about. 23 and a half seconds to go. They're going to make them snap it again. So King back in the pistol formation. All he's got to do is kneel on it, and hopefully the officials will keep the flags in their pockets.
Maybe they'll swallow a whistle right here.
Yeah, please do it. I mean, hey, no one's even hitting each other on the line of scrimmage, and yet we're going to get a flag. What in the world? That's going to take us to the end of the game as the clock runs out. 33-22, your final tonight. McNairy Central comes out on top. Wayne County comes up just a little bit short, and it's going to bring the record for both teams to 1-2 on the season. We'll be back with post-game coverage and stats and information here for you. You're listening to Big Oldies Radio. This is Wayne County Football.
Here at homecoming now here at McNairy Central. Final score, Bobcats 33.
So do we have our guy? Oldies Radio Wildcat football tonight. The Wayne County Wildcats fall to McNairy Central by a final score of 33-22. We got some final stats here for you. Case Butler, the leading rusher for the Wildcats tonight. He carried the ball 13 times for 86 yards and a touchdown. Avery Vaughn carried the ball 8 times for 87 yards and a touchdown. Moore carried the ball 7 times for 23 yards. Castleman with 6 carries for 13 yards for the Cats. Through the air tonight, the the Cats were, oh goodness gracious, here 4 of 16 passing with one interception, and a couple of plays there for Butler. Of course, Moore, Butler, Castleman, Vaughn doing all the scoring tonight for the Cats. Player of the game, Barry, I think it's got to be Avery Vaughn offensively. Avery made some great plays, good big runs, and not just a big one, but even some of those intermediate runs to keep the chains moving.
Yeah, he did very well on offense tonight. Of course, the big run sticks out because that was the moment the momentum really flipped, that we felt like we had a chance to, possibly get the ball back and take a lead there. So huge play for him right now, and what a game he had. And we also came up, with the defensive player of the game tonight, Casey Hunt. What a great job. You can call it special teams or whatever it is, but, man, does that not help you out so much on defense when your punt game is good and your special teams game is good. So congratulations to those two guys.
Absolutely. For McNairy Central, Jardarius Gaines, the leading rusher, he carried the ball 20 times for 112 yards and a touchdown. Campbell, 2 touchdowns tonight, 1 72-yard run, as well as a 13-yard touchdown reception there in the game tonight. So big-time game for the Cats tonight. McNairy Central coming out on top, and we're joined now in the booth by Coach Derek Willis. Coach, man, tough game tonight.
It was. It was a tough game, tough atmosphere. Didn't seem like we could get a whole lot established again. And that starts with me. We got to do something different. Got to do something different on both sides of the football. Get more physicality in practice, or do something. Well, we got to figure out what's going on and get it corrected, man.
Yeah, and Barry and I were just talking about this, and looking at the outcome of the game. It's not what we wanted tonight, but it's still, from up here, it feels like we actually played our best football tonight that we've played so far this season.
At times, we're still not doing a lot of the stuff right that we need to be doing. Maybe we found some dudes there, as we went through the game, because we had to fill in some pieces. Had some more people going down tonight with different stuff, and had to fill in some pieces, and had some guys come in and step up big and make a few plays down the stretch. But we're still a long way away from where we want to be. It's just it's tough. It's not a good feeling.
Yeah. Any information about Mason Moore? We saw him come out of the game, and
he was complaining a little bit about a hamstring, so we'll have to get him checked and see what's going on there.
Yeah, hopefully that won't be too bad. We've already lost Dane for the season, so
right.
We can't really afford to lose Mason too.
That's right. Right.
So next week, Houston County coming in, regional contest. We get the opportunity to play at home. I know you got to look at game film and everything, but what do we feel like we need to do to try to get this thing off on the right foot as region play starts?
Well, it's a non-region game.
Oh, it is. Okay,
yeah. Houston County's non-region, so we got one more non-region game. Another 2A school coming in. We played 2A school last week, 3A school tonight, another 2A school next week. And from what we understand about Houston County so far, I mean, they got like we saw tonight, good skilled guys that run the football, and we're going to have to do a better job of getting stuff corrected where we're going to make tackles. And we got to figure out what we're doing wrong as far as coaches there to get kids in good spots and try to get that corrected.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, thanks for taking the time to join us tonight. I know it's hard to come over here and talk to us when you've had a rough night, but we appreciate you taking the time to come up. We look forward to a good game next week, and hopefully we'll get this thing turned around this week.
Yes, sir. We're going to try. Appreciate it.
All righty. This has been a post-game interview with the coach. We're thanking him for coming up here and joining us here tonight. Your final score, McNairy Central victorious against the Wayne County Wildcats 33-22. Remind you that next Friday night we will be at home against Houston County. So back in the friendly confines of the stadium there in Wayne County and in Waynesboro. So we look forward to seeing you there. Of course, we'll be bringing you all the action here on Big Oldies Radio. So for Barry Miller and myself, we want to thank you for joining us tonight. Wayne County again comes up short tonight, 33-22. Thank you for listening. This is Wayne County Football on Big Oldies Radio.